Rich Rebel women's basketball is back on the hardwood for the 2021 season. Coming off a second-place finish last season, the girls know what it takes to reach the big stage. With the talent, experience, and some of that rich county pride, they are ready to bring another championship back home. Get in on all the Rebel basketball this season alongside the voice of the Rebels, Matthew Peterson, right here on My Local Radio. This Rebel broadcast could not be possible without these Rebel supporting businesses: Evanston Regional Hospital, Hoover Chiropractic, Cash Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley, The Come On in Casper, Plains Tire, The Best Western Dunmar Inn and Legal Tender, Freeway Tire, Auto Farm Chevrolet, West Star Printing, and Rocky Mountain Sign. Rebel fans, find your comfy seat, pull your lucky socks up, and enjoy another edition of Rich Rebel Basketball right now as we bring you down to the court.
Good evening, Rebel fans, and welcome to Tabiona High for tonight's matchup between your Rich Rebels and the home Tigers. I'm Matthew Peterson. Happy to have you alongside me. Now, tonight's broadcast is going to be a little more unique than usual, as I am not in Tabiona right now. I'll be broadcasting virtually from Evanston, so we'll have the camera feed thanks to V6 Media. Big thanks to V6 for making this possible for all of you guys watching back on mylocalradio.com. If you're listening on 98.3 FM KEDQ, just keep your eyes on the road. Nothing changing for you on the car. So, we got our pregame show coming up. We're going to have our Pam Cornier with Town & Country Realty Coaches Show, our standout student, of course, the Town of Lake Town Ledger, and a lot more coming your way. We're a little under 10 minutes away from tip-off, so keep it right here on mylocalradio.com and Rebel Radio for all rich coverage. It's the Rebels and the Tabiona Tigers going at it.
Wyoming is unique. When it comes to high school sports, we might travel 6 hours to a game, but when we get there, we know the other team, their parents, and the coaches. Wyoming is like one small town with really long streets. When your travels take you to Evanston, always stay with your friends at the Best Western Dunmar Inn. Clean, comfortable rooms, a restaurant serving healthy, delicious food, and breakfast is always included. If you're bringing the team or following the team, stay with us every time you're in Evanston. The Best Western Dunmar Inn.
America keeps moving, and Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to help you keep rolling. Whether you need a brand new vehicle or service on one you already own, Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to lend a helping hand. Our certified mechanics are knowledgeable, and our sales team takes the time to get to know you and what your needs are. Stop in today, Auto Farm Chevrolet, 624 Front Street, Evanston. Evanston's community-driven dealer.
Let's check out our scene set now. We'll set the scene for all of you guys watching. The Tabiona Tigers are entering with a 9-5 overall record. They are 4-2 at home. That offense for the Tigers posting 43 points per game, and the defense, it's a tough one to crack. They give up about 31 points per game. You check out the RPI, Tabiona currently 7th out of 16 in 1A Utah. So that's the Tigers. How about the Rich Rebels? They're coming off a big comeback victory a night ago, improving their record to 3-6 on the season, completing a 10-point comeback a night ago against Cokeville at home in the second half. Offensively, the Rebels averaging 46 points per game, but the defense wants to get that number a little lower. They are at 48 points per game. When it comes to RPI, the Rebels rank 11th out of 16th. That is our scene set, and we check out the clock here. We've got about 6.5 minutes to go until tip-off. So we'll step aside, take a quick break, and then when we return, we're going to have our Pam Cornier with Town & Country Realty Coaches Show. We're going to hear from the head coach of the Tabiona Tigers, Jake Fabrizio. So don't go anywhere. We've got that coming up right next here. It's the Rebels and Tigers.
Two roads diverged in a wood, and I had just purchased new tires at Plains Tire in Evanston. The trained tire technicians at Plains Tire expertly mounted, balanced, and aligned my new tires, so I was feeling good. While I was there, they changed my oil, checked my brakes, fixed my AC, and made sure my shocks were in tip-top shape. And with their lifetime alignment checks and tire rotations, I was ready to roll. So, thanks to Plains Tire, when two roads diverged in a wood, I took the one less traveled. Plains Tire, 157 Pear River Drive, Evanston.
Welcome into our coaches show. It's the head coach for the Tabiona Tigers girls basketball team, Jake Fabrizio. Coach Fabrizio, thank you for the time today. I want to begin by asking you about your season, how it's gone so far. You guys are coming into the matchup today with a 9-5 record. Is that where you'd hope to be, or is that somewhere you want to improve on?
Yeah, we're excited about where we're at right now. Obviously, we've let 2 or 3 games that slipped by us that we had opportunities to win. Some pretty good games that we lost by 4, but we're actually happy where we're at, and we're learning, and so we're good with that.
Coach, let's talk about the Rebels a little bit and your side. Tell me about the history between the two schools and what you know is going to be, at stake, whether it's big rivalry or some bragging rights between these two teams.
Yeah, Rich has always had a great team, and Coach Lundgren did a great job with these girls. We both started coaching the same year. I started coaching here at Tabiona when he started coaching at Rich. So we're good friends, and obviously we both teams are going to come prepared and try to get their W. But at the end of the day, really what it's about is hoping that each team is getting better, and that by state tournament time that we're prepared and ready to go.
Coach, let's talk about your team for a little bit. Can you tell me about some of the key players and who Rebel fans should keep an eye out for?
Well, honestly, this year is the first year that I've had so many girls. I mean, we have close to 20 girls this year, and so we're really excited for what we have, and we're fairly young in some aspects, and we do have some veteran seniors that we have 3 seniors that will be playing. And then we have a group of juniors, but Peyton Lazenby has been a big part of our success this year with Callie Fabrizio and Lily Lazenby as the seniors. And then we've got a group of juniors, Abby Rhodes and Gracie Fabrizio and McKinley Stribble and Maddie Rhodes. So we have a lot of girls that's stepping up and playing roles. It's nice to be able to have so many girls. I'm going sometimes 10 or 11 deep every game. So we're pretty excited for what we've got right now.
Coach, you really are not afraid to go to your bench. Is this a first season for you to have this kind of bench capabilities, or is this something that Tabiona basketball has been about for a handful of years now?
No, we've been lucky to have over the past 4 or 5 years, 12 to 14, 15 girls. This year is the first year that I've ever had as many girls as we had, and we just got good girls that put a lot of hard work in and some time, and I've got some freshmen that's stepping up and even playing, and last week we was in Green River, and I think I went to the bench. I think I had about 11 girls play, so we're pretty excited for what we got, and just hopefully we can continue to get a little better each game.
With the Tabiona girls basketball head coach, Jake Fabrizio. Coach Fabrizio, one final question. It's region play when you guys go up against the Rebels. Is there a different sense on the court when you're going against someone in your region compared to an out-of-region team?
Oh, yeah. It's going to be intense. There's going to be a lot of emotions. Obviously, Rich brings a lot to the floor every night, and they're going to have a lot of drive to want to win, such as Tabiona. Over the past 5 or 6 years, it's been a battle. Seems like one year Rich gets us a couple times, and we might get them a couple times. But Rich has actually got the edge on us a little bit right now over the last couple of years. They beat us. So, yeah, we want to have a great game. It's going to be very intense and a lot of emotions. But at the end of the day, we hope that it's just it betters both of us, both teams. And I think that's what it's really about anyway.
Coach Fabrizio, thank you so much for the time. I'm looking forward to the matchup.
Thank you so much.
That is Tabiona girls basketball head coach Jake Fabrizio on our Coaches Show.
Our Coaches Show always provided to you by Pam Corney with Town & Country Realty, selling Bear Lake in Utah and Idaho. Pam Corney at Town & Country Realty. Give her a call at 435-779-0012. We've got about a 2-ish minutes to go until tip-off here in Tabiona. We'll step aside for another quick break, and then we'll wrap up the rest of our pregame coverage with our Old Chicago Pizza in Logan pregame slice, leading into the Lutz Construction starting lineups. Don't go anywhere. It's the Rebels and Tigers going at it in just a few minutes.
When do you schedule doctor appointments?
In bed before I fall asleep.
In the car waiting to pick up my kids.
We can even do it after breakfast.
We all lead busy lives. Online appointment scheduling puts you in control. In just 90 seconds, you can make an appointment with a primary care provider or specialist at evanstonanytime.com. Select the day and time most convenient for you. Enter some basic information, and just like that, you're scheduled for care. Schedule appointments for next day and beyond at evanstonanytime.com.
Success is no accident. It comes from constant hard work, perseverance, sacrifice, and learning from failure. Laketown Mayor Burdette Weston and council members Dallas Clark, Chris Hodges, Gary Ogilvie, and Delora White encourage the Rich High Rebels to continue to do whatever it takes to succeed in academics, activities, and athletics. The town council and citizens of Laketown celebrate the success of all the students and staff in the Rich School District.
Nothing makes your kid feel like a superstar more than seeing his or her very own Fathead in the stands. Fathead car decals and yard signs are inexpensive and easy to get at Rocky Mountain Sign in Evanston. Whether it's for the big game or to cheer on the high school band, our children make us proud in so many ways. Show your pride today. Go Rebels! West Star Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street, Evanston.
Welcome back to our pregame coverage. We are close to tip-off, so let's get into the Laketown Ledger and learn a little bit about the history between the Rebels and the Tigers. Rich leads the overall series in commanding fashion, 31-6. Now, this is a series of streaks. Rich currently on a 3-game win streak after Tabiona had a 4-game win streak of their own, which was preceded by a Rich 20-game win streak. So back and forth. We haven't had some flipping flopping in a while, but that's our Laketown Ledger. Rebels wish Town of Laketown good luck, Rebels, from the Mayor and Town Council of Laketown, Mayor Burdette Weston, Council members Dallas Clark, Gary Ogilvie, Delora White, and Eldon Robinson. Now time for our Old Chicago Pizza and Tap Room pregame slice. Let's check out how things are looking over there in Tabiona as we're getting ready for the Lutz Construction starting lineup. So we'll switch gears actually and do that first and then get to our Old Chicago pregame slice. So starting for the Tigers, we're getting the starting lineups now. We've got Madison Rhodes out there for Tabiona. We're going through the Rebels first, it looks like. So McKenna Stacy, Taylor McKee, and there's Sage Chingy. 2 seniors and a junior. Then Taylee Cornea getting the start as well. What a great defensive game she had a night ago. And then wrapping it up with J.C. Cornea. 4 seniors and 1 junior for the Rebels' usual 5 starters. Now time for the Tabiona Tigers starting lineup. Let's see who they're sending out tonight. Number 11, Abby Rhodes. Then it is number 21, Peyton Lazenby. Lazenby, a player that Coach Fabrizio is really high on. Here's Gracie Fabrizio getting the start as well. Lily Lazenby out in the starting ranks. And then number 44, Callie Fabrizio, and that's the starting 10 for both sides. Our Lutz Construction starting lineup. Excavation and landscaping, we dig Bear Lake. Give them a call at 435-946-8678, bearlake.com/Lutz. As for our Old Chicago Pizza in Logan pregame slice, judging by what I'm seeing here, thanks to V6 Media, we've got the Rebels in their home blue uniforms. They'll be going from right to left with the road uniforms, I beg your pardon, and Tabiona going from left to right in their white uniforms. Rebels win the tip-off, and it's starting with McKenna Stacy manning the point guard spot. She moves it across the court, and now it's up top with Cornea. Cornea flips it over to J.C. Cornea in the far wing, and now it's Taylor McKee manning the point guard spot, and a whistle blows and a travel assessed on McKee, so the Rebels turn it over on their first offensive possession. Station on main scoreboard with a pair of donuts up there with 7:43 to go in our T7 propane first quarter. Tabiona work with their first offensive possession of the day. They move the ball up the court. They now have it at the top of the key. Cutting in is Peyton Lazenby, putting up a shot that's off target, gets out of play, and Rebel basketball. So no score after the first two possessions. And now we've got the Rebels inbounding it beneath their own basket, going to McKenna Stacy. Stacy bringing herself across half court and passing it off to Cornea. Cornea looks to the far corner for Stacy. Stacy driving inside the perimeter, wants to feed it inside, pass off target, gets out of play, and back-to-back turnovers for the Rebels to start this game, and it's going to be Tabiona basketball. 7:13 to go in the opening quarter, no score so far. Tigers bring the ball across half court. That's Abby Rhodes dribbling her way into some traffic and handing it off to Lazenby. Lazenby gets into some traffic of her own and kicks it up top. Tigers drive in, try to get a shot off target, but picking up the loose ball was Abby Rhodes and putting it in for the first basket of the day. So 2-0 Tabiona to start the scoring here in the first quarter. McKee drives in, puts a layup up off the glass, no good, rebounded by Tabiona. Tigers getting across half court, but then losing it, gets out of play, and it'll stick with the home squad. 2-0 Tabiona with a little over 6.5 remaining in our T7 propane first quarter. Inbound pass goes to Abby Rhodes. She's guarded by Stacy, uses a screen, now kicks it out to the near side for Lily Lazenby. Lazenby at the block, puts a layup up, draws the foul, and is this going to be on the floor, or are we shooting two? We are shooting two, so a shooting foul is assessed. It's the Rebels' first team foul. Foul's on Sage Tingy, her first. So we make a trip to the Bear Lake Realty free throw line now. Lily Lazenby, first free throw up, off the back iron, no good. Got some interesting numbers here for you as Lazenby's about to shoot her second free throw. We'll get to that in a moment. And that one falls. 3-0 Tigers to open up the first quarter. A field goal on the board. Here come the Rebels on the other end. It's Cornea moving it up top to Tingy. Tingy dribbling to her right and passing it off to Stacy on the far wing. Stacy takes a dribble, thought about shooting the three, instead passes to McKee at the top of the arc. Taylor McKee dribbles inside the perimeter for a moment, then hands it off to Taylor Cornea. She dribbles along the free throw line, puts up a good-looking layup, rolls in and out, and it's rebounded by Tabiona. Tigers getting across half court, dribbling the way inside the perimeter, then kicking out for a three-point shot off target, rebounded by Cornea. She immediately dishes out to Stacy. She looks up top to Tingy. Pass not there, taken away by the Tigers. Here come Tabiona. And drawing some contact was Lazenby, and a charge is assessed. So it's Rebel basketball, a pair of fouls now for both sides. That's Peyton Lazenby's first. 3-0 Tigers with 5:37 to go in the first quarter. Stacy takes the inbound pass and now dribbles her way across half court. Going to McKee. McKee looks in the corner for J.C. Cornea and back to McKee on the far wing. She launches a three. That's short. There's a rebound, a putback attempt. No good by Taylor Cornea, and the Tigers come away with it. Rebels still looking for their first point with 5 minutes to go in the first quarter, and there's a turnover forced. Stacy picking up her pace, dribbles in on the near block, kicks it out to J.C. Cornea, and she moves it over to McKee and back to Stacy on the near wing. In the corner, it's a two-point shot from Cornea, too deep and rebounded by the Tigers. Rebels had a good look there, unable to cash in. 3-0 Tabiona, 4:45 to go in the first quarter. Lazenby drives and kicks it out to the far wing. Tigers working on offense. Moving it inside the perimeter, putting up a bit of a floater that's wide right, and loose ball, who's got it? Ball gets out of play, and it's going to stick with the Tigers. No, it's Rebel basketball. Inbound pass goes to Stacy. McKenna Stacy in the offense looking for their first points of the game. She hands it off to McKee, who goes to the free throw line for a patient Sage Ting, who flips it right back to McKee. Now Stacy on the far wing. Dribbles, passes back to McKee. Taylor, take a second. Now she'll put up a three of her own. Splash! And the Rebels equal the score. It is 3-3 after a Taylor McKee three-point shot. Brought to you by T7 Propane. At the other end, Tabiona trying to retake the lead. Unable to, and the rebound goes to Rich. They move it up court to Taylor Corney. Has a wide open Sage Tingy at the block, who puts it home. And the Rebels take the lead on the Station on Main scoreboard. It's 5-3 Rich with 3:40 to go in the opening quarter. Tigers have it on the far wing. Picking up their dribble and now going to Peyton Lazenby well beyond the three-point line. They move it over to Callie Fabrizio. Fabrizio standing near that Tiger in the middle of the court. Thought about shooting the three. Instead, she moves it to the near quarter for Lily Lazenby. Lazenby attacking the baseline. Cross-court pass taken away by Stacy. Here's McKenna Stacy moving it up court to a wide-open Taylor Cornea off the glass and good. 7-3 Rebels. Rich on a 7-0 run, and they have taken the lead and added more to it on the Station on Main scoreboard. Under 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. Here come the Tigers putting up a shot from the block. It's short. Ball gets out of play, and it'll stick with the home team. Big thanks to Tabiona's R6 Media, or V6 Media, for allowing video coverage of tonight's match. Tigers to inbound it beneath the Rebel basket. They move it all the way up top. Goes to Gracie Fabrizio. Now in the near wing. Going to her left is Mercedes Rhodes. Kicks it out to the corner for a three. That's off target. Loose ball, who's got it? And Rebels come up with it, and a foul is drawn as well. That's the hustle from Taylor Cornea coming up with the loose ball. Foul was on Peyton Lazenby. Her first, team is second. About 2.5 remaining in the opening quarter. Rebels leading 7-3 on the road. Stacy dribbling away across half court, goes to Tingy. She attacks the rim and draws a foul. Sage Tingy just given too much real estate there at the free throw line. Looked to her left and went right for the hoop, and she'll shoot a pair of Bear Lake Realty free throws now. Only one common opponent between the Rebels and the Tigers this season, and that was Altamont. Tigers won by 2 a month ago today. Meanwhile, Rich beat them by 12 back on the first game of the season. And we're actually going to have an inbound play here, so no shooting foul on the court. That'll give us our first Crawford Trough inbound play. Inbound goes to Tingy. She puts up a shot from the elbow. It is short, but the ball gets out of play and last touched by a Tabiona Tiger, so the Rebels will retain possession. 7-3 Rich, 2:23 to go in the first quarter. Tingy with it at the top of the arc. Bounce pass gets through the fingertips of Stacy, out of play. Tabiona basketball. Tigers jumped out to a 3-0 start, and they've given up 7 straight and have been quiet over the last couple of minutes on offense. Now they dribble across half court. Attacking inside the perimeter. Going up strong was Abby Rhodes, and she buries the layup, bringing her side within 2. 7-5 Rebels. 2 minutes to go in the T7 Propane first quarter. Stacy on the near wing. Goes to McKee on the far side. McKee, plenty of room between her and the nearest defender. Now goes to Stacy further deeper in the corner. Rebels move it along the perimeter. It's Corny, it's McKee with it. Inside to Tingy. She drives in off the glass and knocks it down. 9-5 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Rebels leading by 4 with 90 seconds and counting in the first quarter. Abby Rhodes manning the point guard spot for Tabiona. She drives in, looks in the corner for Callie Fabrizio. Fabrizio picked up her dribble, needs to get rid of it, and now she does to Mercedes Rhodes. Rhodes picks up her dribble at the top of the arc, looks inside, loose ball, and jump ball is assessed. A Mound Valley Cattle Company jump ball, and the possession arrow is favoring Tabiona, so they'll hold on to the possession and inbound it beneath the Rebel basket with 1:14 to go in the first quarter. Rebels holding on to a 4-point lead early on here in Tabiona. Driving in on the inbound pass was Rhodes. She kicked it out to Fabrizio. Tigers working on the far side of the court, running into some traffic. Now they get some space and move up top to Callie Fabrizio. She's driving in, trying to put up a shot. Instead, she travels. Tigers turn it over. Rebels have possession with 56 seconds to go in the first quarter. Stacy takes the inbound pass and dribbles across half court. Now goes to Mackenzie Smith, who just checked in for Rich. Giving it right back to Stacy and over to McKee. Bounce pass in the corners, fed back to McKee for three. That's off target, loose ball, who's got it? And the Tigers come away with it with 33 seconds to go in the quarter. Tabiona looking to hold on potentially for the last shot of the first frame. Here come the Tigers. They've got it on the near wing. Driving in, Mercedes Rhodes picks up her dribble at the extended block, and she gets a pass right back on the near wing. 17 seconds to go. Rhodes dribbles to the free throw line, then passes it to the far wing. Back to Rhodes, driving in, puts up a 12-foot shot. That's no good. Fabrizio on the rebound attempt, misses there, kicks it back out. Gracie Fabrizio, 3 seconds to go. Can they get a shot off? Loose ball, and that's going to do it for the first quarter. So the Tigers unable to get the look they wanted to close out the T7 Propane first quarter, but the Rebels will head into the second quarter, leading 9-5 on the Station On main scoreboard. Don't go anywhere. We've got plenty more Rebel basketball coming your way.
Whether it's for your home, your ranch, your equipment, or your business, when you need propane, count on the best. T7 Propane in Woodruff. The safe and professional team at T7 Propane offers quality product and the most responsive propane service in the area, so you can enjoy the affordability, reliability, and efficiency of propane. For heating, cooking, grilling, motor fuel, and more, count on the team at T7 for your personal or business propane needs. 435-793-4208. The best place to stay when you're in Casper, Wyoming is the Come On In Hotel and Suites. This beautiful log hotel offers 5 hot tubs, 1 pool, a fitness center, and fabulous indoor atrium. Offering jacuzzi and fireplace suites, the guest rooms are comfortable and relaxing. Plus, every stay includes a delicious extended continental breakfast. Whenever you're in Casper, stay at the best place. Come On In Hotel and Suites. Come on in today. Come On In Hotel and Suites, Casper.
Welcome back to Tabiona for the start of the second quarter. It's brought to you by Stacy's Repair, and the Rebels will start it off with an inbound pass to Stacy. She goes all the way to Mackenzie Smith in the corner, drives in along the baseline, wants to go back up top. Tip ball falls to the hands of Stacy, who puts up a shot. That's off the rim and rebounded by the Tigers. Tabiona going the other way with it. Picking up their place, driving in, putting up a quick floater. That's no good. It's rebounded by Lamborn. Her pass to Stacy nearly taken away. And now here comes McKenna. She looks inside to Ambria Lutz. Lutz driving in, trying to find Stacy outside. Pass escapes her, and it's a turnover. Tiger basketball with 7:24 to go in the first half. Rebels leading 9-5 on the Station On main scoreboard. Inbound pass goes up the middle right to Abby Rhodes. She drives in, now picks up her dribble, loses it for a moment, but regains possession. 3-point shot on the way, off target. Loose ball, rebounded and put back in. Tigers start the second quarter off with the first basket, trailing by 2 now. It's 9-7 Rebels with a little under 7 minutes to go. And a timeout is called. We'll take it ourselves with 6:59 to go in the first half. Rebels leading 9-7.
You rely on your vehicle every day. Make sure your ride gets the best service, repairs, and maintenance possible. Stacy's Repair in Woodruff provides the highest quality, the latest technology, and the newest equipment to give your vehicle the absolute best auto care available. Family owned and operated since 1992, your friends at Stacy's Repair promise to always deliver value and outstanding, honest, and knowledgeable service, regardless of repair size or difficulty. Stacy's Repair, the ones who truly care.
Welcome back as the Rebels move their way on offense, leading by 2. Three-point shot from Smith, rolls in. Mackenzie Smith with a three-point shot to add on to the Rebel lead. It's 12-7, Rich, on the Station on Main scoreboard. Tigers trying to respond on the other end. Trailing by 5 with 6.5 to go. They launch a three-point shot of their own by Rhodes, offline, and it's rebounded by Tingy. Tingy flips it over to Stacy, who looks up court. Got a man open. Shot no good, though. Whistle blows, and foul on the rebound attempt for Rich. Looks like J.C. Corney got a little too handsy. It's the second team foul for Rich. And that's actually on Mackenzie Smith. Check that, and that's her first. Tigers dribbling across half court, moving their way on offense. Rhodes picks up a screen at the top of the key, picks up her dribble, tries to feed it inside, and it's taken away. McKee comes up with it. A Rich County government steal for the Rebel defense. On the corner, Rebels move it along, and cross-court pass to Lutz, who eventually comes up with the ball. Now she'll move it over to Stacy and give it right back to Lutz. Ambria Lutz launches a three. That's off the rim. Loose ball rebounded by Stacy. So the Rebel offense will restart it all. Stacy drives in and kicks it out to Lutz. Goes in the corner. McKee over to Stacy on the near wing. Back to Lutz. 5.5 to play in the Stacy's Repair second quarter. Inside pass to Lutz is dropped momentarily. Both sides fighting for the ball, and whistle blows, and it's going to be Tabiona basketball. Tigers to inbound on their half of the court, trailing by 5 with 5:27 to go in the half. That last whistle was a foul on Mackenzie Smith. That's her second, team's third. Rhodes dribbles across half court. Looks in the elbow. Driving in now is Peyton Lazenby, putting up a shot, no good. Rebound, who's got it? And they're going to say a Tiger had her foot on the baseline when she touched the basketball, putting her out of bounds and giving the possession to Rich. J.C. Corney inbounds it to Stacy, who jogs across half court now with a little over 5 minutes to go in the half. Stacy picking up her speed, putting up a shot inside the paint off the glass and knocks it down. 14-7 Rebels, 7-point lead for the away team. Tigers driving in, now putting up a shot from outside the block, too deep, rebounded by Mercedes Rhodes. Her second chance is good though, and just like that, it's the Tigers getting back in the game for a moment. They're down 5 now. It's 14-9 Rich. Rebels launching a shot. That's no good. And another foul on the rebound attempt for the Rebels. It's going to be Tabiona basketball with 4.5 to play in the second quarter. Foul is on Brittany Lamborn. Her first, team's fourth. Tigers dribbling it up across half court. Mercedes Rhodes going inside. That's Abby Rhodes. Check that. Now picks up her dribble, and she's in a jam in the corner. Dribbles her way out of it for now. All the way to the top of the arc. Bounce pass goes to Mercedes Rhodes. Whistle blows, and a foul is called. Foul's on Rich. Team's fifth. And the foul's assessed to J.C. Cornea, her first. Not in the bonus just yet, so an inbound play coming up beneath the Rebel basket. They move it to the far corner. Tigers have Abby Rhodes, man in the point guard spot for now. She looks to the corner to Mercedes Rhodes. Tabiona launching a long two-point shot that's off the rim, hits a couple fingertips, gets out of play, and it's going to be Rebel basketball. 14-9 Rich on the Station on Main scoreboard with 3:53 to go in the Stacy's Repair second quarter. Speaking of Stacy's Repair, here's McKenna Stacey bringing it up across half court. McKenna directing traffic, going to Taylor Cornea. Cornea giving it right back to Stacey outside the three-point line. Stacey dribbling toward the wing, now driving in, loses it, loose ball, and it's come up with the Rebel hand. Fed inside to J.C. Cornea, she kicks it back outside to Stacey. Stacey moving it up top to Taylor Cornea. Now it's passed back to Stacey on the near wing. Rebels bleeding off some clock, 3:15 and counting to go in the first half. Inside pass from Stacey is taken away. Tabiona comes up with it. They move it inside the three-point line with Mercedes Rhodes, who puts up a shot that's offline. Rebounded by Lamborn, wrestles up the free ball and dishes out to Stacey. She looks inside at the block to an open Taylor Cornea, but the pass was tipped. Whistle blows and a timeout is called by head coach Jake Fabrizio of Tabiona. With 2:53 to go in the first half, the Rebels holding on to a 14-9 lead on the road.
Nothing makes your kid feel like a superstar more than seeing his or her very own Fathead in the stands. Fathead car decals and yard signs are inexpensive and easy to get at Rocky Mountain Sign in Evanston. Whether it's for the big game or to cheer on the high school band, our children make us proud in so many ways. Show your pride today. Go Rebels! West Star Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street, Evanston.
Welcome back here to Tabiona High, where the Rebels lead the Tigers 14-9. And let's talk about Tabiona a little bit, because we've got two forces clashing here, oil and water. So this would be the first road win of the season for Rich. None of Tabiona's last 4 games have gone below 40 points for either team. And meanwhile, for the Rebels, they've never scored below 40 points this season. So it's a race to 40. If the Tigers can limit Rich to 39 or under, that's going to favor them. If the Rebels can get above 40, you got to imagine they're going to be picking up a road win in their first of the season. Tigers on offense, dribbling across half court with 2:45 to go in the first half. Rebels leading by 5 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Up top right now and being passed off. Kicking it back over to Peyton Lazenby, who lost it momentarily but regains possession. Abby Rhodes with plenty of separation between her and Stacey. Now it's closed in. Rhodes dribbles and hands it off. It's with Peyton Lazenby. Tigers attack down low and they draw a foul. That's going to be the 6th-team foul for Rich. After this, we'll have 1 and 1. Stacey, or that's Lamborn checking out for Lutz as Brittany Lamborn picked up her second foul just a moment ago. Inbound pass for the Tigers results in a 3-point shot. That's off the backboard and rebounded by Stacey. Just over 2 minutes to play in the first half. Stacey pushing it up court to Lutz and giving over to J.C. Cornea. And now it's with Stacey on the near wing, who drives in inside the arc, picked up her dribble at the elbow and passed it off to McKee at the top of the arc. Taylor McKee wants to move it inside, so she does to Stacey. Back out to McKee and over to Lutz. Under 2 minutes to play in the half. Lutz on the far wing, passing it over to Stacey. Back to Lutz. And she hands it off to Stacey, who dribbles her way inside the paint. Looks to Cornea at the block. Shots offline, and it's rebounded by the Tigers. Minute 30 to go. Tigers put up a quick shot that's rebounded by McKee. And the two sides going back and forth, picking up the pace of play. Entry pass inside for Rich on offense. Whistle blows, and looks like it's going to be a foul on Tabiona. With 1:22 to go in the first half, Rebels leading 14-9 on the road. Rebels to inbound it beneath the Tabiona basket. Inbound pass goes to Stacey. She feeds Tingy inside, who has her layup short of the rim. Loose ball, Tigers come up with it. Just over a minute to play in the second quarter. Here come the Tigers. They've got a man open. That was Abby Rhodes at the block, but the pass was too strong. She comes up with it a moment too late, and here come the Tigers. They drive inside the hoop. Whistle blows, and it looks like it's going to be a foul on Rich. Indeed it is. I believe it's a 1-and-1 though, so not a shooting foul. We'll see. Is it a 1-and-1 or is it a shooting foul? It's a shooting foul. So first free throw on the way and off the rim and no good. Second free throw coming up for the Tigers now. I invite you to stick around for our halftime coverage after this one, as the second free throw is offline, but offensive rebound gives the Tigers another chance. That shot's no good, and McKee comes up with the ball. Taylor McKee dribbles across half court. Driving inside the paint, handing it off to Tingy, but Stacy comes away with the loose ball after a defender got her mid on it. Stacy dribbling around with 35 seconds. Passing it to the corner for Cornier, who gives it right back to Stacy. Stacy jumped down to the elbow, passing off to Cornier, whose shot was no good, and it's rebounded by the Tigers. 23 seconds to go in the half. And Tabiona looking like they want to hold on for the last shot. Trailing by 5 at home. Tigers moving it along the perimeter. Now they move inside and they kick it back outside. It goes to Peyton Lazenby. She drives in, draws a foul with 6 seconds to go. And it's not a shooting foul, so it's going to be a 1-and-1. 1-and-1 for Peyton Lazenby, one of the key players for this Tabiona team. Trying to cut into this deficit with 6 seconds to go in the first half. Lazenby's shot is up and no good. Offensive rebound by Callie Fabrizio, though. 3 seconds. They've got it outside the perimeter. 1 second at the buzzer. Shot was well short of the rim. So the first half comes to an end, and the Rebels find themselves ahead. It's 14-9 Rich on the road in Tabiona. We've got our halftime coverage coming with the town of Randolph first half highlights and more. So keep it right here. We've got more Rich Rebel basketball coverage coming up next right after this.
America keeps moving, and Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to help you keep rolling. Whether you need a brand new vehicle or service on one you already own, Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to lend a helping hand. Our certified mechanics are knowledgeable, and our sales team takes the time to get to know you and what your needs are. Stop in today, Auto Farm Chevrolet, 624 Front Street, Evanston. Evanston's community-driven dealer.
If the idea of owning your own home in beautiful Bear Lake sounds like more than your finances can handle, visit the experts at Bear Lake Realty to learn how you can make it happen. Gary and Amber McKee at Bear Lake Realty can show you how to buy a home and rent it out, so it pays for itself while you enjoy it some of the time as well. And soon, you'll have your own place in the Caribbean of the Rockies. No one knows the market better, and no one else serves you better than Bear Lake Realty.
My name is Dr. Micah Pullins. I'm an orthopedic surgeon at Evanston Regional Hospital. I perform total hip, total knee, and total shoulder replacement. The huge majority of patients of mine that have undergone total joint replacement have been dealing with pain and disability for many years. After joint replacement and recovery, patients are back to doing the activities that they want to do.
Welcome back to Tabiona High. It's halftime here on the road for the Rich Rebels, with the Rebels leading 14-9. So let's get into some of our first half highlights, but first we'll check out some of the stats from that first half. So we saw a couple of great scores from the Rebels, but that second quarter really quiet. Only 5 points for Rich and 4 points for the home Tigers. So checking out the stats from the first half, we had handful of baskets made across the board. McKenna Stacy leads the Rebels with 4 points. Sage Tingy's got a basket back in the first quarter. Taylor McKee had a 3-point shot. Taylor Cornier with a great pass and a great finish has herself with 2. And J.C. Cornier with 3 as well. With Mackenzie Smith, I beg your pardon, with 3 points as well. And that is our first half stats. We've got a little over 7 minutes to go here in halftime, so we'll step aside for another quick break, and then when we return, we'll have our Town of Randolph first half highlights. The Rebels leading the Tigers 14-9 in Tabiona.
Randolph, Utah is a town of extremes. At an elevation of almost 6,300 feet and with temperatures over 90 in the summer and often 40 below in the winter, the folks who call Randolph home have to be a hardy crew. Maybe that's one reason the simple things in life mean so much to Rich County. Residents value hard work, education, respect, a love for God, family, and country, and being a good neighbor. Mayor Lynn Weston and the town board proudly support the Rich Rebels and hope you'll be able to visit soon and come back often.
Nothing makes your kid feel like a superstar more than seeing his or her very own fathead in the stands. Fathead car decals and yard signs are inexpensive and easy to get at Rocky Mountain Sign in Evanston. Whether it's for the big game or to cheer on the high school band, our children make us proud in so many ways. Show your pride today. Go Rebels! West Star Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street, Evanston.
Welcome back to Tabiona. The Rebels holding on to a 14-9 lead at the half, and let's check out some of our first half highlights. So, one that jumps out to me was Mackenzie Smith coming off the bench and providing an offensive spark from beyond the three-point line. She knocked down a 3-point shot. Taylor Cornier forced an issue, which she had done all yesterday against Cokeville. Forced a Rich County government steal and then had a basket on the other end. Taylor McKee with a 3-point shot herself. We know how deadly she can be from deep. And Sage Ting at the basket as well. And McKenna Stacy with 4 points. Had some great first half highlights. Defensively, the Rebels all over the Tigers, holding them to 9 points. And that's a Coach Cody Lundgren staple right there. Strong defense is what you can expect out of the Rebels. Something they had done all season long. And not holding back on the road as the Rebels look to make it 2 in a row after snapping a 4-game losing streak a night ago at home against the Cokeville Panthers. So we've got about 4 minutes and 40 seconds to go in the halftime here. When we return, we'll get into our Epic Recreation third quarter. And don't forget, it's a doubleheader tonight. So at the conclusion of the girls' game, don't go anywhere. You can maybe get a snack, get a drink, use the bathroom. But then we got the boys' game coming up. And the Rebels looking to add on to their hot start here in the 2021 year. They've won 3 out of 4 so far, looking to make it 4 out of 5. All right, folks, we'll step aside for another quick break. And then when we return, we'll get ready for the second half of coverage. So don't go anywhere. We've got more great Rebel basketball coming up here on Rebel Radio and at mylocalradio.com, and all this video being possible thanks to V6. Big thank you to V6 and all the folks there in Tabiona making this live stream possible. So we'll be right back with more Rebel basketball.
In the state where life is elevated, live your life in a higher gear. Cash Honda Yamaha can help you enjoy our beautiful local terrain, whether it's in the valleys, mountains, snow, or water. So get out and enjoy all nature has to offer at a higher speed. Visit Cash Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley to start living your life at your new speed. Visit us in Hyde Park, just north of Logan, Utah.
Whatever takes you to Evanston, whether it's high school sports, a teaching conference, music festivals, speech and debate, or your job, always book your hotel reservations at the Best Western Dunmar Inn. With 165 ground-level rooms on 10 acres, the Best Western offers everything you need, including newly renovated rooms, a business office, workout room, outdoor pool, and full-service restaurant, plus complimentary breakfast with every stay. Whenever you're in Evanston, make your hotel reservations with your friends at the Best Western Dunmar Inn.
The best place to stay when you're in Casper, Wyoming is the Come On In Hotel and Suites. This beautiful log hotel offers 5 hot tubs, 1 pool, a fitness center, and fabulous indoor atrium. Offering jacuzzi and fireplace suites, the guest rooms are comfortable and relaxing. Plus, every stay includes a delicious extended continental breakfast. Whenever you're in Casper, stay at the best place. Come on in Hotel and Suites. Come on in today. Come on in Hotel and Suites, Casper.
My name is Dr. Micah Pullins. I'm an orthopedic surgeon at Evanston Regional Hospital. Orthopedic surgery is the practice of medicine centered around bones and joints. It's all about movement and activity and getting that to be less painful. Watching a patient with a specific problem, whether that's pain or decreased range of motion, and being able to treat them, by far the best part of my job.
Welcome back to Tabiona High. We've got a little under 90 seconds to go before the start of the second half, which gives us plenty of time to check out some more stats from the first half. These stats being brought to you by Rob Laveson, the patron saint of all stats. So, Rich, 4 for 14 from 2-point range. That's 29%, but they went 2 for 5 from beyond the arc, so the Rebels shot 32% from the field. Not a single trip for Rich to the free throw line. No Bear Lake Realty free throws for the Rebels back in the first half. As for Tabiona, they had some tough sledding in the first half. They shot 16% from the field, 0 for 6 from deep, and only 1 for 5 from the free throw line. Tabiona slightly out-rebounded the Rebels in the first half, 17-6. Taylor McKee, not known for picking up loose balls off the glass, but she led the Rebels with 3 rebounds. Peyton Lazenby had 5. In the turnover department, Rich had 9 and Tabiona had 5. So if you look at the first half stats, I got to say, 32% compared to 16% is why we have a 14-9 score. And then you can see the Rebels not doing a great job protecting the ball and on the glass, but they'll hold on to a lead. For that 17 rebounds for Tabiona, 7 of them were offensive rebounds. So we have the Epic Recreation third quarter underway now with the Tigers starting on offense. It's Abby Rhodes manning the point guard spot at the top of the arc. It's kicked out, and driving in, then dribbling out was Gracie Fabrizio. Fabrizio puts up a 3 in the corner, knocks it down. The lead is tightened for the Rebels. It is 14-12 Rich to start the third quarter. Rebels leading on the Station on Main scoreboard. McKee with it on the near side for Rich. Moves it up top to Taylor Cornea. Cornea passing it off to Stacy, who now dribbles and gives it right back to Cornea. Cornea bounce pass in the corner to McKee. Back to Cornea and over to Stacy. Bit of a 3-man game here. Cornea takes a pass from Stacy, dribbles towards the top of the arc, looks at Tingy inside, had some room, draws a foul. Great vision by Sage Chingy, recognizing a lane in the defense and dribbling her way towards the hoop, drawing some contact, and she'll take a trip to the Bear Lake Realty free throw line. Speaking of Bear Lake Realty, big thanks to Gary McKee for all the help he gave me tonight. First free throw on the way and good for Sage Chingy. Her first point since the first quarter. And the Rebels add on to their lead. It's 15-12. Second free throw up and good. 16-12 Rebels, they lead by 4 with a little over 7 minutes to go in the third quarter. Tigers moving it on offense. Rhodes driving in, putting up a shot. It's short, and picking up the loose ball was Callie Fabrizio and knocking it down for a second chance point. 16-14, Rebels leading by 2. The lead is narrowed. Stacy kicking it out to McKee in the corner. Taylor McKee dribbling towards the top of the arc and passing to Taylor Cornea, who hands it off to J.C. Cornea. Bounce pass goes to McKee. She dribbles in, hands it off to Tingy, puts up a shot from the free throw line. No good, but the offensive putback was there by Cornea, and that's off the mark as well. Here come the Tigers the opposite direction. Tabiona driving in, handing it off and kicking out for a three-point shot. That's off the rim, rebounded by Lazenby. Tigers had a chance to retake the lead. They went into the second half trailing by 5, and they've cut it down to a 2-point game. Under 6 minutes to go in the Epic Recreation third quarter. Rebels pass to Stacy. She puts up a shot from the free throw line, nearly fell, and ball is last touched by Tingy as it got out of play, and it's going to be Tabiona basketball. Rebels holding on to a 2-point lead on the Station on Main scoreboard with 5:49 to go in the Epic Recreation third quarter. Tabiona dribbling it across half court. It's Abby Rhodes with it. Rhodes dribbles her way inside the perimeter, goes up for a shot, has it blocked. Here come the Rebels the other direction. It's Cornea looking inside, loose ball, it gets out of play, and it's going to be Rebel basketball. Rich to inbound it. They'll have a Crawford Trough inbound play. It goes to the corner to Taylor McKee. She drives inside the paint, puts up a shot, foul, and one. Looks like it. Taylor McKee with an opportunity to complete a 3-point play now. 18-14 Rebels. And McKee at her free throw line knocks down the shot. It's a 5-point game once again. 19-14 Rebels on the Station on Main scoreboard with a little under 5.5 to go in the third. Tabiona trying to respond, but they run into another block. Back-to-back blocks for the Rebel defense. McKee takes a pass, drives in, hands it off to Tingy. She goes up strong, runs into some traffic. Ball gets out of play. Last touch by a Tiger, so the Rebels will hold on to the ball. Stacy to inbound it beneath the Tabiona basket with a little over 5 minutes to go in the quarter. Her pass goes to Tingy, who backpedals towards the top of the arc and passes to Cornea. She puts up a shot short of the basket, and it's going to be Tiger basketball. Rebels at one point only led by 2, and this game has a sense of every single point's going to matter. It's not going to be a shootout where you can maybe excuse a couple of missed opportunities. As Coach Jake Fabrizio calls time, we'll take the time ourselves. With 4:49 to go in the Epic Recreation third quarter, the Rebels leading 19-14.
Whether you're kicking up dust in the hills, making waves down on the lake, or taking advantage of the world's greatest powder, don't just hope to have fun. Take that sled by the handlebars and make your time at Bear Lake epic. Epic Recreation rents equipment and cabins for your vacation fun at beautiful Bear Lake. From watercraft large and small to UTVs, sleds, and more, Epic Recreation has it all to go on-road, off-road, or out on the Caribbean blue water. Book your adventure at epicrecreation.net.
Welcome back to Tabiona High. The Rebels lead 19-14 with 4:49 to go in the third quarter. Tigers to inbound in front of their own bench. Inbound pass is greeted by Abby Rhodes. She's guarded by Stacy. A couple of top-tier point guards going at it, and right now Stacy winning the battle. Tigers moving along the perimeter. They go into the corner with Callie Fabrizio, who drives along the baseline. Whistle blows, and they'll say she stepped out of bounds. Turnover, Rebel basketball with 4:34 to go now in the quarter. Stacy takes the inbound pass and hands it off to McKee, who crosses half court. Taylor McKee moving it over to Taylor Cornea. Back to McKee at the top of the arc. Looking to do something with it. Now she dribbles once and bounce passes it over to Stacy on the near wing. Stacy attacking inside the perimeter, reverses course, tries to go up with it, draws a foul. Contact made, and Stacy will take a trip to the Bear Lake Realty free throw line, trying to extend her side's lead. It's 19-14 Rich on the Station on Main scoreboard. Stacy to put up her first free throw attempt and knocks it down. 20-14 Rebels, and McKenna Stacy picking up her first point of the second half. She had 4 at the half for Rich, which led all scorers. Second free throw on the way, buries it. Lead has grown to 7. It's 21-14 Rich with a little over 4 minutes to play in the third quarter. Abby Rhodes moving towards the elbow on offense. Ditching it out to Gracie Fabrizio. Whistle blows. Offensive foul. Contact was made. A couple bodies hit the floor, and it results with a Rebel basketball. And right now, a conversation is being had. I don't think Coach Fabrizio is very happy with the call. He's letting the official know it. And now there's a bit of confusion here. A conversation being had. Fabrizio, I think, looking for an explanation, but we resume play with the Rebels inbounding to Stacy, who gives it right back to McKee. She passes to Lutz. Puts up a three. Off the rim. Rebound, Rebels. McKee goes up with it for a second chance. Whistle blows, and foul on the Rebels on the rebound attempt. So it's going to be Tiger basketball with 3:41 to play in the Epic Recreation third quarter. Make your vacation an epic one to remember. Rentals in Bear Lake. Give them a call at 435-946-EPIC. Or you can find them on Facebook at epicrecreation.net. 3.5 to go in the third quarter. Rebels leading by 7. Tigers on offense. They move it inside the corner to Peyton Lazenby. Abby Rhodes with it at the top of the arc. Driving inside and kicking out to Lazenby. That's Lily Lazenby, I beg your pardon. Pass goes over the head of a Tiger. Ball gets out of play, and it's Rebel basketball. I'll tell you what, to start the third quarter, the Tigers brought it within 2, trailing 16-14, but since then the Rebels have gone on a 5-0 run, and you can almost make it a 7-0 run as Taylor McKee made her way towards the basket, draw some contact, and now she will shoot 2 free throws. So the Rebels, who didn't make a single trip to the free throw line back in the first half, have been busy at the charity stripe in the second half. They've scored 6 points in the second half, 4 of them coming at the free throw line. It's a 1-and-1, and free throw is off target. Offensive board for Rich, though. Actually, I beg your pardon, that was an and-one opportunity. So it's 23-14. And one attempt was no good, but the Rebels holding it on offense and moving it along as Lutz puts up a shot that's partially tipped from the free throw line. Foul is on Rich. Third foul for Mackenzie Smith. Team second foul. That was what the whistle was for. Tigers dribbling it up across half court. Rhodes guarded by Stacy. Reversing course and going to the far wing and passing it into the corner. Mercedes Rhodes now dribbling around some traffic, picks up her dribble outside the block. Good pass, good finish. And a inbound pass is stolen away. Heads up play by Gracie Fabrizio. She was just lurking, doing a bit of forechecking, and took away the inbound pass, and a timeout is called. So after a quick basket and steal on the inbound pass, the Rebels still leading 23-16 with a little under 2.5 to go in the Epic Recreation third quarter.
It's human nature to think the grass is always greener on the other side of the fence. That's not always true, especially when it comes to buying vehicles. This is Dennis Lynch, General Manager at Auto Farm Chevrolet. Dealerships pay the same price for new vehicles across America. The fact is, the best deals are right here, in your own backyard. The difference is that our employees are your neighbors, people you can trust. Please visit us first, Auto Farm Chevrolet. We are your community-driven dealer.
Welcome back to Tabiona High. Rebels leading the Tigers 23-16. Tabiona inbounds it on offense to Peyton Lazenby, who drives in, puts up a shot off the glass, draws contact, and one. 4 quick points for the Tigers, trying to make it a 5-point run here with a 3-point play opportunity awaiting us. It's 23-18, Rich leading as Darlene Peterson, I beg your pardon, checks out for Sage Tingy. That That last foul was on Stacy. That's her second. Three-point play is no good, but offensive rebound and another shot is off target. And a third chance does fall. Over the moon shot from the Tigers brings them within 3, 23-20. The lead is trimmed down. Here is McKee with it. Plenty of room outside the three-point line. Now attacks the paint, kicks it out to Lutz, who drives in herself, puts up a shot off the rim, rebounded by Lazenby. Peyton Lazenby dribbling across half court on the far side, going in and has the pass, has her dribble stolen. What a great steal by McKenna Stacy, who was behind her the whole way and just pickpocketed her. Lutz puts up a three for the Rebels. Off the rim, rolls in. Ambria Lutz knocks down a three-point shot. Another T7 propane three-pointer, and the Rebels stretch their lead back out to 6. It's 26-20 Rebels. Then on the offensive end for Tabiona, a foul is called. It's the 4th team foul for the Rebels. Second foul for Lutz, a shooting foul, so a pair of free throws coming up for Tabiona. 6-point lead for Rich with 1:11 to go in the quarter. First free throw from Rhodes, up and good. Trims the lead back down to 5. 26-21 Rich. Second free throw now for Rhodes as she takes a couple dribbles for good measure. Is up and off the rim, rebounded by Stacy. Kenna Stacy with 6 points so far in the game. Dribbles it on the near side, flips it over to Cornea. She passes up top to Lutz, who gives it back to Cornea. Goes right back to Lutz, and the two playing cat and mouse. Now it's flung over to Stacy on the far side, who drives in, kicks it out to Lutz. Drove in herself and passed it outside the perimeter to Taylor Cornea. 40 seconds to go in the quarter. Lutz driving in, moving back out, passing to Smith at the free throw line. Her shot's off the rim, loose ball, rebound by Rich. 30 seconds to go in the quarter. Cornea has it up top, passes inside to Tingy. Quick shot, turnaround release, no good, rebounded by the Tigers. 20 seconds to go in the quarter. Tabiona with Rhodes, slowing things down, maybe holding for the last shot. Driving in is Mercedes Rhodes on the far side. She passes to Abby Rhodes, goes up strong, draws some contact. And we've got 2 free throws coming up. 5th team foul for the Rebels in the half. It's the second foul for Sage Tingy. 10.3 ticks to go in the Epic Recreation third quarter. Rebels leading by 5, but the Tigers trying to trim that lead down going into the fourth quarter. First free throw on the way, and takes a couple good bounces from the basketball gods and falls. 26-22, 4-point advantage for Rich. Callie Fabrizio just checked in for Peyton Lazenby to close out this third quarter. Second free throw now on the way. And she knocks that down. 3-point game, 26-23. 7 seconds to go. Rebels moving on offense. Looking inside, have the pass taken away. It goes to Mercedes Rhodes, who is fouled with 2.4 seconds. Not a very good heads-up play by Rich. Got to know the time on the court, and just not worth giving up a foul like that, because going forward for the next 8 minutes and 2 seconds, every defensive foul for Rich will result in at least a free throw being shot. So the Tigers will inbound it on their half the court with 2.4 seconds. They inbound it across half court. 1 second. Can they get a shot off? No. So the third quarter comes to a close with the Rebels having that 5-point lead of the half cut down to just 3. It's 26-23 on the Station on Main scoreboard as we get ready for the Bear Lake Memorial Hospital fourth quarter here in Tabiona.
2 roads diverged in a wood, and I had had just purchased new tires at Plains Tire in Evanston. The trained tire technicians at Plains Tire expertly mounted, balanced, and aligned my new tires, so I was feeling good. While I was there, they changed my oil, checked my brakes, fixed my AC, and made sure my shocks were in tip-top shape. And with their lifetime alignment checks and tire rotations, I was ready to roll. So, thanks to Plains Tire, when two roads diverged in a wood, I took the one less traveled. Plains Tire, 157 Bear River Drive, Evanston.
Super kids deserve super care. Experience the difference with board-certified pediatricians Alan Brown, MD, and Bird Gilmartin, MD, at Uinta Medical Group. Whether it's tracking your child's overall health at Well Child Checks or helping your little ones feel better when they're sick, Dr. Brown and Dr. Gilmartin are here to help your child grow, learn, and thrive. Schedule an appointment with Dr. Brown or Dr. Gilmartin by calling 307-789-WELL 9355 or visit evanstonanytime.com.
This presentation of Rich High School Athletics is also brought to you in part by Hoover Chiropractic. Dr. Todd Hoover does all of the chiropractic work you need, as well as blood work, dietary supplements, a weight loss program, x-rays, and can help you get rid of migraines and allergies. Call Hoover Chiropractic at 307-789-0043.
Welcome back to the fourth quarter here as the Tigers put up a three-point shot to tie the game early in the fourth. It's 26-all on the Station on Main scoreboard. J.C. Cornea puts up a shot trying to put her team back in front. Offensive rebound for Rich by Stacy. She dribbles it out to the corner and now looks up top to Lutz. Ambria Lutz passing it back to Stacy beyond the perimeter. Looks to Smith in the corner for three. That's too deep, rebounded by Lazenby. She tried to save it as it was going out of play, and instead she actually put the ball out of bounds, so the Rebels will get possession. 26-all with 6:58 to go in the Bear Lake Memorial Hospital fourth quarter. Offensive shot from Rich is off target, gets out of play. Last touch by our Rebel. So it's going to be Tabiona basketball with 6:50 to go in the game. We are all tied. The Rebels built up a healthy lead back in that third quarter. They led by as many as 7, actually make it led by as many as 9. Now we're tied after a Tiger comeback. But Tabiona on offense throws the ball out of bounds. So the two sides exchange back-to-back turnovers. 6:36 to go in the game. All even at 26. Stacy dribbling on offense. Going over to Lamborn. Lamborn at the block, kicking it back out to Stacy. McKenna drives in, loses it, and then gets it over to Cornea, pass to Smith for three. Splash! Rebels retake the lead. It's 29-26 after a Mackenzie Smith three-point shot, her second of the day. Here come the Tigers on the other end. Rhodes looks up top to Lazenby. Peyton Lazenby kicking it out beyond the arc, and now it's a three-point shot from the Tigers. That's off target, rebounded by J.C. Cornea. She moves it up to Stacy, now dribbling across half court. Stacy passing it to the corner for Lutz. Inside Smith, who draws a foul as she went up towards the basket. Pair of free throws coming up for the junior, Mackenzie Smith. She's got 6 points in the game. That's right behind Taylor McKee, who's got the team high 7. First free throw from Smith is good. 4 points in the fourth quarter alone for Mackenzie, putting herself and her team up by 4 with 5:44 to go in the game. Second free throw on the way, off the back iron, offensive rebound by Sage Tingy. And she squirts it over to Stacy for three, that's off the rim, but a foul is called on the rebound by J.C. Cornea. And that's the 7th team foul for Rich. 4th foul on Cornea, so we'll see how much longer Coach Cody Lundgren wants to keep his senior center in the game. And that's going to result in 1-1. I thought it would. So at least one free throw coming up with the Rebels leading 30-26 over the Tigers. And now J.C. Cornea checks out of the game for junior Brittany Lamborn. 1-1 for Tabiona. First free throw on the way, and it is no good. Off the rim, rebounded by Stacy. She picks up her dribble. Picks up her pace, I should say. Stacy now backpedaling towards half court. Under 5.5 to play. Moving it deep outside the three-point line. It's Tingy. Running into some traffic and some pressure. Moving it over. McKee. Handing it back off to Stacy. Whistle blows. Contact made. And that's going to have some free throw shooting coming up, as that is foul number 7 for Tabiona. Foul is on Abby Rhodes, her first, team 7th. And Stacy and her side trying to add on to their 4-point lead. And they do so there with free throw number 1 being made. It's 31-26 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Low scoring affair here in Tabiona. Second free throw on the way, and no good. Rebounded by Callie Fabrizio for the Tigers. Tabiona getting across half court. Rhodes getting inside the perimeter, then kicking it to Fabrizio in the corner, who gives it right back to her. It is moved around the perimeter and given back up top to Lily Fabrizio, to Lily Lazenby. Pass gets out of play, and it's Rebel basketball. 4:50 to go in the Bear Lake Memorial Hospital fourth quarter. Rebels leading 31-26. Trying to pick up their second straight win. This was the game that both Coach Cody Lundgren and Coach Cornea probably circled with the brightest highlighter this weekend. Region play opening up for both the boys and girls. Rich has it deep outside with Tingy. She hands it off to Stacy, and with a little under 4.5 to go, the Rebels kind of look like they're running clock off as if there's only 30 seconds, but I mean, why not? Tabiona is just backing off. Now Stacy driving in, kicking it out to a Lamborn. An open Lamborn, passing it over to Tingy deep beyond the perimeter, close to half court. Tingy picked up her dribble. She's in a jam, and she's bailed out by a timeout. 4:04 to play in the game. Timeout called by Coach Lundgren. We'll take a break ourselves. Rebels leading 31-26.
Some decisions in life have a critical and lasting impact. For example, choices concerning your health care. You want a hospital that consistently offers high-quality care and service. For Bear Lake area residents and visitors, Bear Lake Memorial Hospital has been providing optimum health care to our community for more than 70 years. And Bear Lake Memorial has been recognized again this year as a top 20 hospital in best practices for quality. Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier, Idaho. Count on us to care.
Welcome back to Tabiona High. It's the Rebels leading by 5, 31-26 over the home Tigers. And we talked about it just a moment ago, but 3 games this weekend for both the boys and girls teams, both sides winning last night at home against Cokeville. Now both teams on the road here in Tabiona, and both teams returning back to Rich County tomorrow for a matinee showdown against Intermountain Christian School. So of the 3 games, this was definitely the one that was going to be the biggest challenge for both the boys and girls. And right now, Rich, with 4 minutes to go in the fourth quarter, up by 5, trying to kill as much clock as they can. It's Stacy with it on offense. And she is content with staying closer to half court than the three-point line as they float in between the two. As now the Rebels move it inside to Lamborn at the block, moving it back outside to McKee. Rich doing a great job of just burning time right now. It's McKee on the far wing, now going inside the perimeter and dribbling back outside of it. I mean, the Rebels are just playing keep away. Here's Lamborn on the block with it, going back up top to McKee, and you got to credit Coach Lundgren for the discipline this team has right now not to take a shot. They know time is much more valuable to take off than any kind of shot would be. Whistle blows, though, and a foul is committed by Tabiona. And I mean, Rich had run off 90-plus seconds of clock. And Coach Fabrizio, actually, ignore me. That's a foul on Rich. Foul was on Sage Tingey, her third, team's 8th. So Tabiona gets the ball back with a little over 3 minutes to go. Tigers handing it off. It's with Gracie Fabrizio. Up top with Lazenby, and now down low. Good entry pass, shot off the glass and falls. 31-28, 3-point game. Timeout is called with 2:55 to go. Rebels leading by 3 on the Station on Main scoreboard.
Success doesn't come by accident. Success requires hard work, perseverance, learning, sacrifice, and believing in yourself. Eddie and Todd Jensen established the Mound Valley Cattle Company in Thatcher, Idaho on these very principles. The students, staff, athletes, and coaches at Rich High School value these same fundamentals in education and activities, in athletics, and in life. Good luck, Rebels, from Mound Valley Cattle Company, serving customers in Utah, Idaho, and Wyoming since 1997.
Timeout is over, and the Rebels lead by 3 with 2:55 to go here in Tabiona. I'm Matthew Peterson, happy to have you alongside me. Big thanks to V6 Media for making the picture possible for all of you watching back on mylocalradio.com. Inbound pass for the Rebels goes to Stacy. She now carries herself across half court. Bounce pass to Smith at the block. Goes back to Stacy outside the perimeter. McKenna going inside, wanting to get to Tingey, had the pass poked away, and the Tigers come up with it, and now they have a chance to tie this game with a 3-point shot or a 3-point play. Coach Lundgren screaming, don't foul right now. Tigers have it in the corner. Moving it up top. Right now it's with Mercedes Rhodes. She drives in towards the elbow, kicks it back outside to Fabrizio. Along the baseline, her layup falls. 1-point game, 31-30. 2 minutes to go, and the Rebels trying to get across half court, and now they do after facing a full court press. It goes to Smith in the near corner. 3-point shot from McKee, off the rim, rebounded by the Tigers. But the ball is poked away. Loose ball, who's got it? Whistle blows, and looked like a combination of Sage Tingey and McKenna Stacy with some come from behind defense, poked the ball loose, and one of the better Rich County government steals you'll see all year long, as that could have been a breakaway the other way and the Tigers could have taken the lead. Instead, it's a 1-point lead for Rich, and some free throw shooting coming up after a foul on Tabiona. Still 1-1 for the Rebels, as that's only the 9th team foul. First foul on Mercedes Rhodes. Tingey to have the honors. Knocks down the first free throw, and this may be the difference in the game when the two coaches go back and look at this. Rebels from the free throw line. They are now 8 for 11 compared to Tabiona going 4 for 11. Make that 9 for 12. 33-30. Minute 45 to go. Tigers along the baseline. In some heavy traffic. Get it out. Put up a shot from inside the perimeter, and they knock it down. Back to a one-score game, a 1-point game. 33-32 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Rebels leading, under 90 seconds to play. Stacy dribbling near half court. Now passing it to McKee in front of the bench of the Rebels. McKee backpedaling towards half court and handing it off to Stacy. 1:10 to play. Stacy picks up a screen from Lamborn. Wants to do the pick and roll but unable to, so she passes it out to Tingey at the top of the arc. Tingey in some issues, and whistle blows and a foul is called. Bit of a touchy-touch foul, but it's on Gracie Fabrizio. So some more free throw shooting coming up. That's Fabrizio's 4th foul. And it's Sage Tingy back at the free throw line trying to add to this team's lead. Free throw up from Sage, and that's good. 34-32. Second free throw up and good as well. 3-point game, 35-32, under a minute to go in Tabiona. Tigers working on offense. Rhodes kicking it out to the corner, driving in, putting up a shot underneath the basket, and that's good. And a timeout is called. Back to a 1-point game. We've got an exciting finish in store for us. We're going to keep it right here during the break. It's the Rebels leading by 1, 35-34. It's a 1-point ball game here at Tabiona High. Be sure to stick around at the end of this game for our post-game coverage. We're going to have our Dr. McKay Frankham Precision Play of the Game, the Jimmy John's Freaky Fast Recap, and then, of course, our Auto Farm Chevrolet Shot and Play of the Game, all before the LSR Refrigerated Game Adjustment. And then we're going to get right into the pregame coverage for the boys' game. Yep, the boys take the court right after this. They were slated to begin at 7 p.m. I think that's going to get pushed back about 15-ish minutes, maybe a 7:15 start, somewhere in that neighborhood. But a great game coming up for the boys. They've gotten off to a strong start in the new year, and they'll look to continue it that way. 47 seconds to go here in the fourth quarter. It's a 1-point game, and it's going to be Rebel basketball to inbound beneath their own hoop. So for Rich, I don't think 47 seconds is enough. It's too much time to try and kill the clock. If you got a good look, you want to take it. Trying to add on to this lead. You don't want to give Tabiona a chance to have a last-second game-winning shot. Inbound pass nearly taken away, but now Taylor McKee gets it across half court. She drives in. Pass to Smith. Nearly bounced off her foot, but goes to Stacy. McKenna with it at the top of the arc. 30 seconds to go. Stacy dribbling around beyond the perimeter. Loses it. Regains it. Ball's on the floor. Who's got it? And Coach Lundgren calls time to help out his senior guard. 25 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. Rebels holding on to a 1-point lead, 35-34 when we return.
Whether it's for your home, your ranch, your equipment, or your business, when you need propane, count on the best. T7 Propane in Woodruff. The safe and professional team at T7 Propane offers quality product and the most responsive propane service in the area, so you can enjoy the affordability, reliability, and efficiency of propane. For heating, cooking, grilling, motor fuel, and more, count on the team at T7 for your personal or business propane needs. 435-793-4208.
35-34 lead for Rich with 25.9 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. Rebels have it on offense, and they're stuck in no man's land. I don't know if you can kill 25 seconds of clock without taking a shot or a turnover being forced or at least a foul being committed by Tabiona. Now Rich in the fourth quarter has been lights out from the Bear Lake Realty free throw line. Sage Tingy with four free throws. That's a tongue twister. Inbound pass now goes to McKee. She stands in the near wing and dribbles towards the top of the arc and now going inside, and there's the foul. Foul's on Mercedes Rhodes with 19.1 seconds. And it's going to be 2 free throws as we are in the double bonus, and Taylor McKee, one of the best free throw shooters on this team. First one's up. No good. Stays at a 1-point game. Second free throw now for McKee. Up and good. 2-point game, 36-34. Inbound pass, gets across half court, 15 seconds. Rhodes driving in, handing off to Lazenby. She goes to the hoop, puts up a shot, no good. Second chance, that's no good. 7 seconds. Rebels have it, 6 seconds. Whistle blows, and was that out of bounds or is it a foul? It appears to be a foul, and the Rebels, with 5.9 seconds to go, have a chance to put this game out of reach with 2 free throws coming up as McKenna Stacy takes a trip to the free throw line. 5.9 seconds, Rebels lead by 2. If Stacy knocks down both of these, this game will be all but over. First free throw on the way, rolls in and out. Now Stacy with an opportunity to at least keep it a 3-point game and at worst go to overtime. Second free throw from McKenna, delivered and received. 3-point game, 37-34. And with 5.9 seconds, the Tigers have to go the length of the court and put up a 3-point shot or an and-one opportunity. Inbound pass goes to Rhodes, crosses half court. 2 seconds, puts up a shot, no. Lazenby at the buzzer, off target, Rebels win. Peyton Lazenby's shot was wide left, and the Rebels hold on in Tabiona. They win 37-34. What a match in a fourth quarter here in Tabiona. Wow. And we'll go into our post-game coverage now as the Rebels win 37-34. 2 straight wins for the Rebels. They improve to 4-6 on the season, while Tabiona falls to 9-6. Don't go anywhere. We've got more coverage coming your way, including our Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap, our Dr. McKay Frankham Precision Play of the Game, and more on the other side of this break. Rebels win by 3 in Tabiona.
In the state where life is elevated, live your life in a higher gear. Cash Honda Yamaha can help you enjoy our beautiful local terrain, whether it's in the valleys, mountains, snow, or water. So get out and enjoy all nature has to offer at a higher speed. Visit Cash Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley to start living your life at your new speed. Visit us in Hyde Park, just north of Logan, Utah.
This presentation of Rich High School Athletics is also brought to you in part by Hoover Chiropractic. Dr. Todd Hoover does all of the chiropractic work you need, as well as blood work, dietary supplements, a weight loss program, x-rays, and can help you get rid of migraines and allergies. Call Hoover Chiropractic at 307-789-0043.
Welcome into our post-game coverage. Rebels did not win 62-42. They won 37-34. We'll update that for all of you guys watching. But let's get into our Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap now. So, as for the recap of this one, the Rebels and the Tigers got off to a slow start in that first quarter. Tabiona raced out to a 3-0 lead. That would be the only time they led all game long. Rebels would close out the first quarter leading 9-5. Then in the second quarter, a snail pace of a game when it comes to the offensive side, but great defensive play. Rebels went into the half leading by 5, 14-9. Third quarter saw an offensive explosion from both sides. Back and forth basketball, the Rebels at one point led by 9, 23-14. The Tigers would come back, though, to only trail by 3 going into the final quarter. And in the final quarter, it was the Tigers hitting up starting off with a quick 3-point shot to even the score at 26. They would not be able to get over that hump, though, as the Rebels would quickly retake the lead and go on to hold on to win 37-34. That's our Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap. Visit Jimmy John's in Evanston, 113 Front Street, where fresh and fast meat every time, always a delicious sandwich. Now time for our Dr. McKay Frankham Precision Play of the Game. And our Precision Play of the Game will go to Mackenzie Smith, knocking down a pair of beautiful 3-point shots from deep. So that's our Dr. McKay Frankham Precision Play of the Game. Precision Family Dental Care at reasonable rates. Caring, comprehensive dental care. Call 307-789-8910 to schedule your appointment today. We'll step aside for another quick break, and when we return, it's time for the Auto Farm Chevrolet Shot and Play of the Game, all before we get into pregame coverage for the men's matchup against the Tigers. Don't go anywhere. Plenty more Rebel basketball coming your way right here on Rebel Radio 98.3 FM K80Q.
America keeps moving, and Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to help you keep rolling. Whether you need a brand new vehicle or service on one you already own, Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to lend a helping hand. Our certified mechanics are knowledgeable, and our sales team takes the time to get to know you and what your needs are. Stop in today, Auto Farm Chevrolet, 624 Front Street, Evanston. Evanston's community-driven dealer.
If the idea of owning your own home in beautiful Bear Lake sounds like more than your finances can handle, visit the experts at Bear Lake Realty to learn how you can make it happen. Gary and Amber McKee at Bear Lake Realty can show you how to buy a home and rent it out, so it pays for itself while you enjoy it some of the time as well. And soon, you'll have your own place in the Caribbean of the Rockies. No one knows the market better, and no one else serves you better than Bear Lake Realty.
The best place to stay when you're in Casper, Wyoming is the Come On In Hotel and Suites. This beautiful log hotel offers 5 hot tubs, 1 pool, a fitness center, and fabulous indoor atrium. Offering jacuzzi and fireplace suites, the guest rooms are comfortable and relaxing. Plus, every stay includes a delicious extended continental breakfast. Whenever you're in Casper, stay at the best place. Come On In Hotel and Suites. Come on in today. Come On In Hotel and Suites, Casper.
Time to get into our Auto Farm shot and play of the game. So, as for the shot of the game, 37 points for the Rebels. Not a lot to write home about offensively, but they got the points when it mattered most. So, we'll give our shot of the game to some huge free throw shooting down the stretch for the Rebels. Sage Tingey with 4 free throws in the fourth quarter to secure the win, as the Rebels needed every point they could get, only holding on by 3. So that's our shot of the game, or at least shots of the game. And now time for the play of the game. McKenna Stacy, she's such a great two-way player. Offensively, dynamite, averaging over 14 points per game. But defensively, don't forget she is one for a pickpocket or two, and she had some great steals this game. One of them notably coming in the fourth quarter to erase what could have been a breakaway and a lead-changing opportunity for the Tigers. So that's our shot and play of the game, brought to you by Auto Farm Chevrolet, a community-driven dealership serving Rich County for generations. Time for the LSR game adjustment. That's LSR refrigerated. In the first half, the Rebels made 0 trips to the Bear Lake Realty free throw line. In the second half, different story altogether. Rebels in the second half went 3 for 18 from the free throw line. That is 72%, and that's every bit they needed to hold on against the Tigers. All right, folks, that's going to do it for our post-game coverage. Rebels take down the Tigers, at least the girls do, 37-34. We'll step aside for another quick break, and when we return, it's the pregame coverage for the boys matchup against Tabiona right on the other side of this break.
Rich County, to some, may just be a cold corner in northeast Utah. But to those who call it home, Rich County is a place where competitors live and championships are born. Under first-year head coach Lex Cornea, Rich men's basketball looks to turn things around. With no shortage of returning firepower and a hard-nosed Rebel defense being instilled, the boys who call Rich home are prepared to dominate on the hardwood. Welcome into another broadcast of Rich men's basketball on My Local Radio. This broadcast could not be possible without these Rebel supporting businesses: Evanston Regional Hospital, Hoover Chiropractic, Cash Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley, the Come On In Casper, Plains Tire, the Best Western Dunmar Inn and Legal Tender, Freeway Tire, Auto Farm Chevrolet, West Star Printing, and Rocky Mountain Sign. All right, Rebel fans, get ready as it's time to join the voice of the Rebels, Matthew Peterson, down at the court for another edition of Rebel Basketball.
Welcome back to Tabiona High for the men's matchup against the Tigers. I'm Matthew Peterson. Happy to have you alongside me for what should be a great second matchup, as the girls just held on to win by 3 a couple minutes ago, and now we get ready for the other side, the men's game. So, the Rebels entering with a the Rebels entering with a 6-4 overall record, while the Tigers come in with a 4-7 mark. We've got a little under 4 minutes to go in the pregame coverage before we get into our tip-off. So let's check out our J-Bar Excavation scene set here on the Gary Tusher pregame show. So our scene set, let's set the scene for everyone watching back home or listening on 98.3 FM. So the Rebels coming in 6-4, like I mentioned. They've won 3 of 4 in the new year, and they have 2 straight 20-point victories under their belt coming into tonight, knocking off Cokeville last night, 62-42, and then a couple nights the week before, taking down Tinnock, 61-41. As for Tabiona, they're off to maybe not the ideal start they would have hoped for. They're 4-7 so far. This will be their second region game, as they are 0-1 in the region. After winning their first game of the season, they lost 5 straight, but they have rebounded well, winning the last couple games. When it comes to RPI, the Tigers currently 12 out of 19th in RPI. That's our Gary Tusher pregame show with the J-Bar Excavation scene set. We've got some more coverage to go over, including our Town of Laketown Ledger and the Old Chicago Pizza in Logan pregame slice. Apologies given to Western Ag Credit and T7 Propane for our standout student and coaches show being cut short due to the back-to-back nature of doubleheaders. We'll step aside for a quick break, and when we return, it's the Town of Laketown Ledger and the Old Chicago Pizza in Logan pregame slice right after this. Rebels, Tigers going at it in Tabiona.
2 of the things you work hardest for in life are your family and your money. Taking care of the money you earn is an important part of taking care of your family. Gary Tusher, CPA of Montpelier, Idaho, is a rancher who's also provided professional tax preparation and financial services for more than 30 years.
When it comes to taxes and your money, make sure it's handled the best way possible. Call me today, 208-847-2601.
Let's open up the history textbook between these two sides. Rebels and Tigers, they have had a long history, and it's been dominated by the team up north. The Rebels lead the series 25-8. However, Tigers had a 43-38 regular season win last year, which was a first since the 2015-2016 season. So they'll look to make it 2 in a row against the Rebels. Let's check out some of our Old Chicago pregame slice, and we'll get a feel for what's going on there in Tabiona High, as we've got about a minute to go until tip-off. So the Rebels are going to be in their road blue uniforms, while the Tigers are in their home whites. When it comes to the crowd, my video is being provided to me by V6 Media, unable to be in Tabiona tonight. But the crowd looking to me, as I'm seeing it with you for the first time, pretty healthy-sized crowd. Tabiona has a beautiful gym, recently redone, and if you're able to watch on mylocalradio.com, a big bleacher right below the camera as they are right now in the press box. So let's get ready for the starting lineups right now. Looks like they're going to announce the Tigers starting lineups first, and then the Rebels starting lineups. Here we go, starting lineups now for Tabiona. Or are they going to do Rich first? Let's find out. It looks like they're going to do the away team, which is usual. Yep, so I suspect it's going to be the usual 5. Senior Connor Greer getting the start. Had a fantastic game last night against Cokeville. Then it is senior Truman Huffner, who's picked up his offensive play especially recently. Riley Taylor, becoming such a great two-way player offensively and defensively. And now here's Logan Meerbrook. Gosh, what a night he had on the glass a couple hours ago. And then John Scott, the final and fifth senior in the starting lineup. The heart and soul of this team, it appears. That's the starting five for the Rich Rebels. Now the Tabiona Tigers, coached by Lee Gines. First starter for Tabiona is Chance Lazenby, a freshman, someone Coach Corney spoke very highly about. Then it's Ethan Park, a junior, getting the start. After him, we've got Mitchell Wagner, a senior. Carter Curry, a junior. And finally, the go-to guy, senior Cade Stewart, the man you want to keep an eye on. He averages over 20 points per game. He's definitely a focal point, and I had a great interview, a wonderful T7 Propane Coaches show with Coach Corney, and he talked about Cade Stewart and how the defense really needs to zero in on him because he's the kind of player that can take a game over. And regardless of how the rest of the team is playing, he makes up 20% of the offense just by standing on the court, and he can add to it. Rebels go from right to left on your screen, and they win the tip-off. Goes to Meerbrook. Rich moves it inside, and just like that, the Rebels jump out to a 2-0 start after a quick basket on the offensive half of the court. On defense now for Rich. Driving in is Cade Stewart. Kicks it out for a three-point shot. That's off the rim, and the rebound goes to Scott. John Scott dribbles across half court. Leaves it for a trailing Greer. 7.5 to go in the first quarter. Rebels up 2. Huffner on the wing. Moving to the top of the arc for Taylor, and he spins it to the far side, and now it's cycled inside, but that is taken away, and here come the Tigers the opposite direction. Attacking the paint, whistle blows. Ball got out of play, and a foul is being called here. That's going to be the first team foul on Rich. First foul for either side with 46 seconds into the game. It's on Connor Greer, his first. And just like that, a quick response by Tabiona on the inbounds play evens the Station on Main scoreboard at 2 apiece. Huffner moving it over to Scott on the near wing. Scott quarterbacking outside the arc and now passing up top to Taylor. Inside to Meerbrook, draws a foul. No, they're going to say jump ball. Okay, jump ball, and it's going to be Tiger basketball. Some contact made, and I think that's what the Rebels were appealing for, but Tabiona possession. 6:55 and counting to go in the opening quarter. 2-2. Tigers moving it across to Carter Curry. Curry reversing it right back to where it came from to Stewart. He kicks it out to the corner for a three-point shot off the rim. Loose ball rebounded by Tabiona. Stewart goes up for a second chance. That's no good. Third chance is. Mitchell Wagner knocks it down, and the Tigers have a 4-2 lead. Huffner on offense, passing it to Greer on the near side. Greer now beginning to dribble, making his way towards the baseline. Contact made, whistle blows, and a foul is called on Tabiona. First foul for the Tigers, it's on Cade Stewart. So Connor Greer and Cade Stewart pick up the first 2 fouls of the game, both the leading scorers for their respective teams. Let's see if they can keep their hands to themselves going forward. Rich feeds it inside to Meerbrook. Whistle blows as that ball was wrestled away for a moment. And it's going to be a foul on Tabiona. Ethan Parker Jr. picks up his first. Greer to inbound it, goes to the corner. Rebels move it outside and along up top. Huffner driving in, now kicking it, actually moving it inside to Meerbrook. Off the glass, whistle blows, travel. Basket is wiped away, and it's going to be Tiger basketball. 6 minutes to go in the opening quarter. Home team up by 2, 4-2. Tabiona getting it across half court. Park making his way towards the basket, and pass was too high for him, out of play. Rebel basketball. Rich moving it up the court here. Rebels on offense. We got some common opponents between the Rebels and the Tigers. We'll talk about that in a moment. As Meerbrook's shot rolls off the rim. Second chance is good, though. And we're all even at 4. 4-4 Rich. 4-4 all, I mean. Tigers on offense, attacking the paint. Stewart goes up with it, but an offensive foul, or is it a foul on the floor? It's a foul on the floor. So, basket is taken away, but we'll have 2 free throws coming up. So you talk about the history between these two sides. Rich has won 17 of the last 20 against the Tigers. And common opponents, both teams played North Summit earlier, as actually that was a and one opportunity. So Stewart completes the three-point play. It's 7-4. Tigers lead with 5:10 to go, and a quick turnover by Rich gives Tabiona the basketball. Rebels trying to push it up the court too quickly. You'll remember that Rich beat North Summit about a week ago, and as for Tabiona, they lost by 30, 53-23 against North Summit. Stewart picks up a shot from the free throw line and buries it. Cade Stewart with a strong start in the opening frame. It's 9-4 Tigers. Rebel offense trying to respond on the other end. Scott dribbling now towards the top of the arc and passing to Greer on the near wing. Just about 4.5 to play. Inside pass, whistle blows, and an offensive foul. Rebels have not had much success on the offensive half of the court for the last couple of possessions. Foul is on Riley Taylor, his first. 9-4 home team. Tigers leading by 5. It's on the near side with Lazenby. He goes to Stewart at the block. Shot off the glass and good. What a start for the senior Cade Stewart. If you wondered why he averages over 20 points per game, there's why. 11-4 Tigers. Stewart's got, I think, 9 of the 11. Ball is moved to the far side. Whistle blows and timeout by Coach Lex Cornea. We'll take a break ourselves. Rebels got to climb out of this hole. They're down 11-4 with under 4 to play in the first quarter.
In the state where life is elevated, live your life in a higher gear. Cash Honda Yamaha can help you enjoy our beautiful local terrain, whether it's in the valleys, mountains, snow, or water. So get out and enjoy all nature has to offer at a higher speed. Visit Cash Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley to start living your life at your new speed. Visit us in Hyde Park, just north of Logan, Utah.
Welcome back to Tabiona High. The Tigers leading by 7, 11-4 over the Rebels. Rich got off to, we only scored 4 points. Hard to say a strong start, but they look good offensively, and Tabiona has turned defense into offense and has really stifled Rich's ability to pick up any traction on the other end of the court. It's going to be Rebel basketball when we restart this, as Coach Cornea called timeout. I'd love to be there right now to hear Coach Cornea. He can get pretty loud and animated during those timeouts. We'll have our first inbound play brought to you by Mound Valley Cattle Company. Scott to do the honors. Goes to the corner for Greer. He passes it inside, kick back outside, and it's Huffner with it on the wing. Huffner passing it across the defense to Scott, who gives it right back to Truman. Huffner picks up his dribble and now goes to Scott on the near wing. Goes to the free throw line to Taylor. Taylor dribbling towards the hoop. Now kicks it back out to Scott, who dribbles along the baseline, puts up a shot. Short, rebounded by the Tigers. Tabiona crossing half court. It's Chance Lazenby. Cross-court pass, three-point shot on the way, off the rim. Rebound, though, by the Tigers, and they get another chance. Pass it off, three-point shot number 2. That's off the rim and rebounded by Rich. Here comes Scott, crossing half court. Picks up his dribble, moves it over to Greer on the near wing. Greer attacking at the block with Muirbrook. His shot is too deep, and Tabiona comes up with the loose ball. Under 3 to play. Tigers put up a shot from the free throw line. That's rebounded by Rich. Neither side able to pick up any points in the last couple of possessions. Huffner moving it over to Greer. Greer standing beyond the three-point line and now passing to Scott at the top of the key. Scott passing it over his defender to Taylor at the free throw line, who gives it right back to John Scott. Now Scott dribbling and passing to Greer at the top of the arc. 2.5 to go in the first quarter. Rebels trailing 11-4. Scott takes the pass into the corner and moves it up top to Taylor at the top of the arc. Taylor puts up a three of his own. Splash! 11-7. After a Riley Taylor three-point shot to get himself on the scoreboard and bring his side within 4 with just over 2 minutes to play. And Taylor may have forced a turnover. Indeed, he does. Passing to Greer. Greer going up with it. Shot's no good. And it's Tabiona coming up with the ball. Under 2 minutes to play. Tigers crossing half court. Picking up their pace of play. Carter Curry looking to his man down low. Ball gets out of play. Last touch by a Rebel. And it'll be Tiger basketball on the offensive half of the court beneath the Rebel basket. 1:53 remaining in the first quarter. Rich down by 4 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Tigers take the inbound pass and move it along the perimeter, setting up a corner three. That's off the rim. Loose ball, and the Rebels come up with it. They've got a breakaway. And taking the foul and going to the free throw line now is Connor Greer. Well, that's Riley Taylor, actually. So Taylor forced a Rich County government steal and then went up hard to the basket and got some contact, and 2 Bear Lake Realty free throws coming up now. Taylor, who had a three-point shot a moment ago, adds to his point total. Free throw there brings it to a one-possession game with 1:42 to go in the first quarter. 11-8 Tigers. Second free throw up, off the front rim, rebounded by Tigers. Tabiona going across half court. It's Lazenby moving it over. Back to Stewart, and strong pass to the far corner. Tabiona moving along the perimeter. Cade Stewart driving inside now, going into the paint. Kind of a 360 layup, but never got the shot off like he intended to, as Chance Lazenby was lurking around and poked a pass out of play to stall the Rebel offense. With 1:16, they'll inbound it in front of the Tigers bench. John Scott will inbound it for Rich. He goes to Huffner. 1:15 and counting. Huffner going to Scott in the far corner. Back up top to Huffner. Truman Huffner now taking a dribble and passing it off to Greer. Moves it over to Scott on the far wing. 1 minute remaining in the quarter. It's Riley Carrillo passing it to the corner for Greer, who puts up a step back three. Off the rim, gets his own miss though. Thought about shooting again, instead passes to Huffner, who pump fakes himself from beyond the arc. 45 seconds remaining. Huffner going to Greer on the near wing. Greer picking up a screen, instead passing to Taylor at the top of the arc, who circulates to the far corner where Huffner was waiting for it. Using a screen, picking up his dribble and passing to Carrillo, who goes to Scott on the near wing. 30 seconds to go. Scott at the free throw line puts up a contested shot, out of play, and Tabiona basketball with 26 seconds to go in the first frame. Rebels trailing 11-8 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Tigers inbound it to Cade Stewart, who leisurely dribbles up the court. Under 20 seconds to go as he crosses midcourt. 15 seconds. Tabiona gonna hold for the last shot. 10 seconds. Stewart gets a pass right back to him. Dribbles inside. Now passes outside to Lazenby. Lazenby passes to Stewart in the corner for three. That's off the target, and the first quarter comes to a close. The home team leading by 3 as we move into the second quarter of action. Rebels trying to come back here on the road against Tabiona.
This presentation of Rich High School Athletics is also brought to you in part by Hoover Chiropractic. Dr. Todd Hoover does all of the chiropractic work you need, as well as blood work, dietary supplements, a weight loss program, x-rays, and can help you get rid of migraines and allergies. Call Hoover Chiropractic at 307-789-0043.
Signage is a critical part of your business. It helps customers find your front door. Rocky Mountain Sign will provide you with expertly designed signs, LEDs, channel letters, as well as skillfully cut signage using wood, metal, plastic, and other mediums to help your customers find you with high-quality signage. Using the best technology, designs, and installation by Rocky Mountain Sign. Your signage says a lot about your business. Work with the professionals at Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street in Evanston, Wyoming.
Welcome back to Tabiona High as we begin the Stacy's Repair second quarter. When you need a repair, take it to the ones who truly care. Stacy's Repair in Woodruff. Rebels find themselves in a three-point hole to open up the second quarter. Riley Taylor led all scorers for Rich with 4 points back in that first quarter. Huffner takes the inbound pass, passing over to Scott now on the offensive wing. Scott dribbling for a moment, then passing it off to Meerbrook at the top of the key. Meerbrook moving it across to Greer in the far corner, now uses a screen. And Greer with a bit of a Euro step, had his shot go off the glass, no good, rebounded by Tabiona. Stewart picking up the pace of play, kicking it out for a three-point shot. That's good. Tigers strike first to open up the second quarter, extending their lead to 14-8. Rebels try to respond to 3 of their own. Huffner's three-point shots off the front iron. Here come Tabiona the other way. Tigers moving inside the paint, kicking out to a trailing Stewart who moves it over to a corner 3. That's off the rim. Rebounded though by Thomas. Here's Stewart for 3 again. That's no good. Rebounded by Greer. 6:50 to go in the second quarter. Rebels down 14-8. Greer has it at the top of the key. He passes it off in the corner. Gets it back up top to Meerbrook for 3. Splash! And Logan Meerbrook's on the scoreboard with a three-point shot to make it a three-point game. 14-11. Rebels down here on the road. Lazenby moving along the perimeter and gets it passed back to him at the top of the arc. He moves inside the paint, kicks it out to Stewart, who attacks inside the paint himself, and good ball movement results in a chance. Lazenby long shot, that's no good. Rebounded by Scott. Scott dribbling across half court, now passing to Huffner on the far wing. Huffner looking for some space, instead passes it up to Scott. John Scott barking out some commands and driving in and kicking out to Huffner on the far wing. He passes up to Meerbrook, who goes to Scott for 3. Off the rim, no good. Hit the top of the backboard, and that's out of bounds. So it's going to be Tabiona basketball on their half of the court. 5:52 to go in the first half. Rebels down 14-11. Logan Meerbrook with the lone basket here in the second quarter. Only 4 scorers so far for Rich. You remember a night ago at the half, Rich had 7 different scorers against Cokefield. Different tempo tonight. Stewart with it, moving it across to Carter Curry. Curry has it on the near wing and back to Stewart at the top of the key, who drives in, kicks it back out to Curry, who goes inside the paint himself and then back out. It's Lawson Curry on the far side with it. Tigers moving along the perimeter with Curry at the top of the arc. Back to Lawson Curry. And the two brothers exchanging passes. Carter Curry moving inside the perimeter, putting up a shot from the block, whistle blows. And contact was made as Curry hit the deck. And it looks like a foul is going to be charged to the Rebels with 5:13 to go in the Stacy's Repair second quarter. Indeed it is. Foul for the Rebels is on Logan Meerbrook. His first, team's third. 2 free throws coming up for the Tigers. Carter Curry at the free throw line. Knocks down the first free throw to build his team's lead back up to 4. It's 15-11. Rebels trailing on the Station on Main scoreboard with a second Tiger free throw awaiting us. The junior Curry puts up the shot and knocks it down. 2 for 2 at the charity stripe. 16-11. Rebels trailing by 5. Just over 5 minutes to go in the half. Huffner passing it over to Hayden Meek, who just checked into the game. Meek circulating up top to Correa, who came in as well. And an entry pass is knocked away from Muirbrook. Ball gets out of play. Last touch by a Tiger. So Rich has a Mound Valley Cattle Company inbound play beneath the Tabiona basket. Greer to inbound it. He goes to Meek at the top of the arc. Hayden Meek backpedaling and dribbling. Under 5 minutes to play. Now goes to Greer, who goes inside to Carrillo. Bounce pass back outside to Greer. Greer directing traffic, moves it to Muirbrook, who passes to Meek on the far side. He rotates it back up top to Huffner. Quick pass back to Meek on the far side. 4.5 to play in the second quarter. It's with Huffner on the near side. Huffner taking a dribble, then passing to Greer at the top of the arc. Pump fake, kicks it out to Huffner. Huffner moving inside the paint, puts up a shot from the free throw line. Difficult shot off the rim, no good. Rebounded by Tabiona. Tigers pushing themselves across half court. Stewart to the corner with Curry. Back to Kate Stewart at the top of the arc. And now it's with Lawson Curry on the near side. Pair of Currys and Stewart moving along the perimeter, and Curry knocks down a three-point shot on the other end. 19-11 Tigers. Their lead is up to 8, the largest of the game so far. Under 4 minutes to play in the half. Greer driving in, running into some traffic and handing it back outside to Meek. Meek picking up his dribble in the corner and finds Greer in the corner, who has the ball poked away out of bounds, and it will stay with Rich. Chance Lazenby coming back into the game for Tabiona, taking out Mitchell Wagner. 19-11, Tigers leading on the Station on Main scoreboard. Rebels preparing an inbound play, and they get it out to Meek. Meek looks in the corner for Huffner, who gives it right back to Hayden. Hayden Meek giving it right back to where it came from. On the wing, now it's at the elbow with Muirbrook. Takes a couple dribbles inside, puts up a contested shot, whistle blew, and let's see what the call is. It's going to go against Tabiona. Shooting foul, so Logan Muirbrook takes a trip to the Bear Lake Realty free throw line. That foul was on Ethan Park, his second, team's fourth. First free throw rolls in for Logan. 19-12. Rebels down by 7. Second free throw delivered and falls. 19-13. 5 points in the second quarter for Logan Muirbrook, trying to close in on this Tiger lead. Stewart kicks it out to Curry along the perimeter. He passes to Lazenby. Lazenby at the top of the arc. He goes to Carter Curry on the near wing. Back up top to Lazenby. Just over 3 minutes to play in the half. Rebels down 6. Cross-court pass to Carter Curry, who drives in, puts a layup off the glass, and it's good. 21-13. Rebels push the ball up the court to Hayden Meek, who passes it back to a trailing Truman Huffner. 2:45 to go in the Stations Repair second quarter. Quick first half here. It's Rebels having it along the perimeter, outside the three-point line, and moving it back up top to Huffner. 2.5 to play. Huffner goes to Scott on the near wing. Scott passing it up top to Hayden Meek. Meek taking a couple dribbles and then cycling the ball over to Huffner on the far wing, who looks inside to Meek at the baseline. Shots too deep, and it's rebounded by Chance Lazenby. Lazenby bringing the ball up the court at the block, passing off to Stewart. Moves up to Curry for a three. That's off the backboard, no good. Rebounded by Scott. 2 minutes to go in the first half. Rebels down 8. It's Huffner at the top of the arc, passing to Meek on the near side. Going back to Huffner at the block. Huffner going up strong and finishing it off. Truman Huffner cuts into the deficit with 1:45 to go in the first half. 21-15, and Huffner gets his first points of the day as well. Here's Curry, passing it to the far wing and getting a pass right back to him. It's now with Lazenby and passing it back up top to Curry, and Lawson Curry giving it back to his brother Carter Curry. Under 1.5 minutes to go. Carter Curry guarded closely by Scott. Whistle blows, and it appears John Scott will be charged with a reach-in foul. That's the 4th foul for the Rebels this half. First foul for the senior Scott. And after that, Scott and Carrillo checks out of the game, as does Hayden Meek. All 5 original starters back in for Rich. 1:15 to go in the half. Tigers have it in the corner. Pass is taken away by Tyler. Greer bringing up the court. He passes to the corner for Scott. Scott gives it back to Greer. 1 minute to go. Rebels down by 6. Greer kicking it out for a 3. That's short, but Rebels come up with a quick loose ball. Connor Greer goes back to Meerbrook. Meerbrook working at the extended post and passing it back out to Connor Greer, who flips it over to Huffner. 45 seconds to go. Huffner moves it up top to Greer. Then it's on the far wing with Scott. Under 40 seconds. Scott takes a couple dribbles, moves inside the paint, puts up a shot, nearly rolls in but no good, rebounded by the Tigers. Under 30 seconds to play. Tabiona content with holding on for the last shot. They lead 21-15 on the Station on Main scoreboard. It's Stewart moving it over to the far side, and that's a timeout called by Coach Gines. With 19.1 ticks to go in the second quarter. Tabiona calls time. We'll take a break ourselves. When we return, we'll see the last couple ticks here in the first half as we get ready for halftime here in Tabiona. Rich trailing 21-15.
You rely on your vehicle every day. Make sure your ride gets the best service, repairs, and maintenance possible. Stacy's Repair in Woodruff provides the highest quality, the latest technology, and the newest equipment to give your vehicle the absolute best auto care available. Family owned and operated since 1992, your friends at Stacy's Repair promise to always deliver value and outstanding, honest, and knowledgeable service, regardless of repair size or difficulty. Stacy's Repair, the ones who truly care.
Welcome back to Tabiona High. The Rebels are trailing by 6, 21-15 against the home Tigers as we get ready for halftime here. But first, 19 seconds to go. Tigers inbound it to Lazenby. He crosses half court. 15 seconds. Lazenby driving in. Has it stripped away by Greer. Loose ball. Who's got it? Stewart does. 10 seconds. Tigers still have possession. Stewart driving in, working along the baseline. 3 seconds now. Lazenby, three-point shot off the glass and good, and that's the first half. Chance Lazenby puts up a shot right before the buzzer and watches the clock slip below 0, and it's now a 24-15 Tiger lead. Going into the half, they're up by 9 on the Station on Main scoreboard against the Rebels. We've got some halftime coverage coming your way here on the Crawford Trough Halftime Show, so don't go anywhere. We'll be back in a couple of minutes right after this.
Some decisions in life have a critical and lasting impact. For example, choices concerning your health care. You want a hospital that consistently offers high-quality care and service. For Bear Lake area residents and visitors, Bear Lake Memorial Hospital has been providing optimum health care to our community for more than 70 years. And Bear Lake Memorial has been recognized again this year as a top 20 hospital in best practices for quality. Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier, Idaho. Count on us to care. History from the gangsters of the past like Babyface Nelson, Pretty Boy Floyd, and Bonnie and Clyde are at the Legal Tender restaurant located inside the Best Western Dunmar Inn. In 1957, retired FBI agent Jack Dub Mills purchased the motel. During his FBI career, Dub worked with many other famous agents like Elliot Ness and Sam Calley to take the criminals down. From the names on the menu to the nostalgia on the walls, notorious figures from the 1920s are all around. Come and enjoy a delicious meal surrounded by history today at the Legal Tender restaurant, 1601 Harrison Drive, Evanston.
Randolph, Utah is a town of extremes. At an elevation of almost 6,300 feet and with temperatures over 90 in the summer and often 40 below in the winter, the folks who call Randolph home have to be a hardy crew. Maybe that's one reason the simple things in life mean so much to Rich County. Residents value hard work, education, respect, a love for God, family, and country, and being a good neighbor. Mayor Lynn Weston and the town board proudly support the Rich Rebels and hope you'll be able to visit soon and come back often.
In the state where life is elevated, live your life in a higher gear. Cash Honda Yamaha can help you enjoy our beautiful local terrain, whether it's in the valleys, mountains, snow, or water. So get out and enjoy all nature has to offer at a higher speed. Visit Cash Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley to start living your life at your new speed. Visit us in Hyde Park, just north of Logan, Utah.
Welcome back to halftime here at Tabiona High. We are in our Crawford Trough halftime show. It is the place to eat and drink in all of Rich County. Winter hours are Thursday through Saturday, 11 to 7. So let's check out some of the stats from the first half as the Rebels find themselves in a 9-point hole against the home Tigers. So leading the way in the first half for Rich was Logan Meerbrook with 5 points, and Riley Taylor right behind him with 4. All 4 of those points for Taylor coming in the first quarter. Then Greer, Huffner, and Scott all with 2 points each. So all 5 starters scoring for the Rebels. No help from the bench so far. And if you remember just a night ago against Cokeville, the Rebels had 39 points at the half. So taking a big humbling step back so far today on the road. And speaking with Coach Cornea during my T7 Propane Coaches show, we talked about how a night ago the Rebels shot over 60% from the field. That's just not going to happen every game. So for the Rebels, it's about how can they manufacture offense when they go through tough stretches like this, during adversity like this, when all of your shots aren't falling and you're just not getting those nice little rolls and breaks on the rim and off the glass. So for the Rebels, they've got their work cut out for them in the second half. We're here in our Crawford Trough halftime show with the Rebels trailing the Tabiona Tigers on the road 24-15. We'll take another quick break, and then when we return, it's time for the Town of Randolph first half highlights. So don't go anywhere. We've got that coming up, and then the third quarter in just over 5 minutes from Tabiona. Rich trailing by 9.
Whether you need a big bite to eat, a tasty snack, or a sweet treat, the Crawford Trough in Randolph has it all to satisfy your cravings. From tasty burgers and wraps, patty melts and perfect pitas to fresh salads, home-cut fries, crispy onion rings, and of course, that silky smooth ice cream. The Crawford Trough can feed your hunger and then some. And if you haven't tried one of the Trough's mixed sodas, your taste buds don't know what they're missing. Stop in today at the place to eat and drink, the Crawford Trough at 120 South Main, Randolph.
Success doesn't come by accident. Success requires hard work, perseverance, learning, sacrifice, and believing in yourself. Eddie and Todd Jensen established the Mound Valley Cattle Company in Thatcher, Idaho on these very principles. The students, staff, athletes, and coaches at Rich High School value these same fundamentals in education and activities, in athletics, and in life. Good luck, Rebels, from Mound Valley Cattle Company, serving customers in Utah, Idaho, and Wyoming since 1997.
Halftime here in Tabiona High. Rebels trailing 24-15. Let's check out some of our first half highlights. Logan Meerbrook, not known for his perimeter shooting, but lit it up from deep. Had a 3-point shot to start the second quarter for the Rebel offense. Only 15 points to show for Rich's offense, so not a ton of highlights to talk about in that department. Connor Greer and John Scott had nifty shots and layups inside, working amongst some tall trees down low. Riley Taylor picking up 4 points in the first quarter thanks to some good free throw shooting. And then Truman Huffner imposing his will defensively, and then on the offensive half has a basket to show for himself as well. Those are some of the highlights from the first half. As always, it's brought to you by the Town of Randolph, home of the Rich Rebels. Good luck from the mayor, Lynn Weston, board members Sim Bell, Brian Wires, Larry Kennedy, Melanie Lim, and town clerk Lana Peer. We've got a little under 3.5 to go until the second half gets underway. And I can't wait for our epic recreation third quarter. See if the Rebels can climb out of this 24-15 deficit they find themselves in at the half. We'll step aside for another quick break, and then when we return, it'll be just about time for the second half of action from Tabiona. Rich trailing the home Tigers.
When you're looking for one location that is centrally located in Wyoming to host a business meeting or corporate retreat, always consider the Come On In Hotel and Suites in Casper first. With meeting rooms and amenities that everyone can enjoy at the Come On In is the best place to host events. The rustic decor, fireplaces, jacuzzis, pool, and large indoor atrium will make your event memorable. Call today and find out the ways we can help make your event a success. Come On In Hotel and Suites in Casper. Call 307-472-6300.
Two roads diverged in a wood, and I had just purchased new tires at Plains Tire in Evanston. The trained tire technicians at Plains Tire expertly mounted, balanced, and aligned my new tires, so I was feeling good. While I was there, they changed my oil, checked my brakes, fixed my AC, and made sure my shocks were in tip-top shape. And with their lifetime alignment checks and tire rotations, I was ready to roll. So, thanks to Plains Tire, when two roads diverged in a wood, I took the one less traveled. Plains Tire, 157 Bear River Drive, Evanston.
Signage is a critical part of your business. It helps customers find your front door. Rocky Mountain Sign will provide you with expertly designed signs, LEDs, channel letters, as well as skillfully cut signage using wood, metal, plastic, and other mediums to help your customers find you with high-quality signage. Using the best technology, designs, and installation by Rocky Mountain Sign. Your signage says a lot about your business. Work with the professionals at Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street in Evanston, Wyoming.
My name is Dr. Micah Pullins. I'm an orthopedic surgeon at Evanston Regional Hospital. Orthopedic surgery is the practice of medicine centered around bones and joints. It's all about movement and activity and getting that to be less painful. Watching a patient with a specific problem, whether that's pain or decreased range of motion, and being able to treat them, by far the best part of my job.
Welcome back to Tabiona High. Under a minute to go in halftime here. That's going to wrap up our Crawford Trough halftime show. It's the place to eat and drink in all of Rich County. Winter hours are Thursday through Saturday, 11 to 7 p.m. So let's check out some stats presented to you by Rob Leifson. So the Rebels offensively shot 28% from the field, only 3 of 12 from inside the arc, 3 for 4 from the three-point line, and 2 of 6 from deep. And as for the Tigers, different story. They shot 11 points better, 39% from the field, 6 of 10 from inside the three-point line. However, only 3 for 13 from beyond the arc, and also a 3 for 4 showing from the free throw line. On the glass, Tabiona out-rebounded Rich 16-11. 5 offensive boards for the Tigers, only 3 for Rich. Pretty clean game, though, in terms of turnovers. 4 turnovers for the Rebels, 3 for the Tigers. You combine those two, and that's less than how much Rich had a night ago against Cokeville at the half. All right, we're ready for the second half of action. Epic Recreation third quarter underway, as it's the Tigers to start on offense. Carter Curry dribbling at the top of the arc. Now going to his left and reversing course, guarded by Greer. Handed off to Stewart. Cade Stewart dribbling in, taking a shot from the free throw line. That was short, and Rebels come away with the ball. They move it up the court to an open Meerbrook, off the glass and good. Great vision by Logan Meerbrook to do a pump fake, let the defender jump over him, and then finish the play off. 24-17 Tigers on the Station on Main scoreboard. Whistle blows as Tabiona's working on offense. And falling to the floor was Ethan Park. Travel is called. He's unhappy. I think he thought he might have been pushed or contact at least, but Rebel basketball. Huffner bringing himself up the court. Passing it to the far corner to Greer. Whistle blows. And a foul is called. And it's a foul on Rich. So the foul on Riley Taylor. His second, team's first of the half, with 7:08 to go in the third quarter. Rebels trailing 24-17. They bring the ball up the court, as Tabiona does with Carter Curry. He goes to the far corner. Gets sent back up top to Curry. Curry on the wing. Under 7 minutes to go in the third quarter. He's harassed closely by Scott. Now gets it inside, kicked back outside to Stewart. And now here's Park passing it off to Curry at the top of the arc. Tigers with good ball movement, moving along the perimeter now. Back inside to Park, then back outside to Stewart. Stewart facing a double team. Tries to get rid of it, so he does, and that's Park feeding it inside and shot off the glass, no good. Second chance on the offensive rebound for Stewart is. Cade Stewart having a fantastic night so far. 26-17, back to a 9-point lead for the Tigers. Greer has it on the near side. Pulls up for three. Bingo! Connor Greer buries a triple. It's a 6-point lead for the Tigers now. 26-20. Tabiona working on offense, trying to respond with under 6 minutes to go in the Epic Recreation third quarter. Here's Park having his pass taken away by Scott. A Rich County government steal. Scott moving in, passing to Greer for three. He's on fire. 2 in a row for the senior. And just like that, it's a 3-point game. 26-23. Connor Greer lighting up the 3-point line with 2 straight triples. Stewart trying to respond and build on this 3-point lead. He gives it to Curry. Curry dribbles in. Kicks it back out. Tigers pull up from the free throw line. They launch a 3 of their own now. That's off target. Rebound, though, for Cade Stewart in the offense. He passes it across the court, and it's knocked out of play by Rich, so it'll stay with Tabiona. 5:09 remaining in the third quarter. Rebels are back in this one, down by 3, thanks to Connor Greer's 6 straight points. Tabiona launches a 3 of their own. That's no good, but a wide open rebound for Stewart. Whistle blows, and Stewart was just left alone at the block, not a body in sight. So a foul is committed by Rich to prohibit an easy basket for the senior guard. And 2 free throws coming up for Stewart. Connor Greer back at the end of the first half had 2 points. He's up to 8 already. Stewart misses the first free throw. 3 for 4 showing at the free throw line for Tabiona back in the first half. Now they are 3 for 5 from the charity stripe. Second free throw up and good. 4-point game. 27-23, Tabiona. Under 5 minutes to play, and pass is taken away from Huffner. Tigers come up with the steal, and they push it across half court. Going up strong and finishing the play there was Carter Curry. And just like that, the lead is back out to 6. 29-23, home team. Whistle blows and offensive foul. A push-off it appeared. That's the third team foul for Rich. On Riley Taylor, his third foul as well, and I don't think he'll be in the game much longer. I think Coach Cornier may want to yank him to preserve him for the fourth quarter. Tigers working on offense, under 4.5 to go in the quarter. Another whistle, and this one appears to be going against the Tigers. So back-to-back offensive fouls nullify each other, but Riley Taylor indeed checks out of the game. Unable to see who comes in for him. We'll let you know when I get an eyeball on that jersey. Rebels facing some pressure on the inbound pass, but they get it into Greer. Greer giving out to Scott, and now it's Huffner passing it up to Correa, who just checked in. John Scott for 3. Splash! Scott crawling his way back in this one. 29-26, back to a 3-point game. As 3 straight 3-point shot for the Rebels. And have been all the offense they've had in the last couple of minutes. Tigers trying to respond with a quick basket near the hoop, but unable to. Scott picking up his dribble, looking inside to Carrillo beneath the basket, and one! Riley Carrillo working in some tight quarters beneath the hoop, and with the baseline next to him, gets it up off the glass and now has a chance to tie the game with a 3-point play. First points off the bench for the Rebels. Free throw up and rolls in. We are tied at 29 apiece on the Station on Main scoreboard. 3:45 to go in the Epic Recreation third quarter. Coach Lee Giants has had seen enough. He calls timeout. And the Rebels erase a 9-point deficit. We are even at 29 apiece with 3:42 to go in the third quarter.
Whether you're kicking up dust in the hills, making waves down on the lake, or taking advantage of the world's greatest powder, don't just hope to have fun. Take that sled by the handlebars and make your time at Bear Lake epic. Epic Recreation rents equipment and cabins for your vacation fun at beautiful Bear Lake. From watercraft large and small to UTVs, sleds, and more, Epic Recreation has it all to go on-road, off-road, or out on the Caribbean blue water. Book your adventure at epicrecreation.net.
Welcome to Tabiona, where the Rebels are on a bit of a run. They went into the second half trailing 24-15. Since then, they have gone on a 14-4 run to tie it all up at 29 apiece with just over 3.5 to go as the Tigers inbounded on offense. It's Lazenby on the near wing, the freshman, shooting it across the court. And a travel is called on Tabiona. Curry the guilty party, and the Rebels have a chance to take the lead for the first time tonight. Huffner dribbling across half court, goes to Greer on the far wing. Greer guarded closely, dribbling to his left along the baseline, picks up his dribble, goes inside to Huffner. There's some traffic, whistle blows, and it appears it's going to be a foul on Tabiona. Not a shooting foul, though, on the floor. Team second, Carter Curry's first. 3:12 to go in the third. Rebels inbound it via Mound Valley Cattle Company. And Scott passing it up top now to Huffner. 3 minutes to play in the third quarter. 29 apiece on the Station on Main scoreboard. Huffner picks up his dribble. Now goes to Correa at the free throw line. He goes down low to Meerbrook and sends it right back up top to Greer, who makes a dash for the basket, nearly rolled in. Loose ball on the rebound. Who's got it? Jump ball is called. Jump ball, and that arrow pointing the direction of Rich. So the Rebels will get another shot on offense. 2:44 remaining in the third quarter. Rebels to inbound it beneath the Tabiona basket. Inbound goes to the corner. Rich circulating it along the perimeter. Now it's Scott dribbling, and he passes to Greer on the near side. Greer on the wing uses a screen from Meerbrook. Step back three. Off the back rim. Nearly rolled in, but rebound by the Tigers. Here comes Stewart. He runs into a body. Greer hits the floor, and they're going to call a foul on Connor Greer. Could have been a charge, could have been a block. And they call it a blocking foul. With 2:24 remaining in the Epic Recreation third quarter. That's Connor Greer's second foul, team's fourth. So far, the officials have had very little to do this game. That's what you want to see. Tigers working on offense. They've got it in the far corner. Now they pass to Curry, whose pass to Stewart was nearly taken away, but Tabiona regained possession. They attack from the baseline, whistle blows, and one. No, it's a charge. Scratch that, a charge on offense. So the Rebels catch a bit of a break. Third team foul for Tabiona with 2:06. First foul for the freshman Chance Lazenby. Rich inbounds it beneath their own basket. They get it out to Greer. Greer now passes to Scott. Scott dribbling his way towards half court and now crossing it. He immediately goes to Greer on the near wing, who goes inside to Meerbrook. Shot off the glass. No. Rebounded by the Tigers. Here comes Cade Stewart for Tabiona. Under 2 minutes to play in the third quarter. He bounce passes to the far corner. Lazenby airmails it across the defense back to Stewart, who cuts inside the paint. His layup's no good. Gets his own miss, though, and he's fouled on the way back up. 1:33 to go, and we've got a pair of free throws coming up at the Bear Lake Realty free throw line for Cade Stewart. Of the 29 points for Tabiona, Stewart's got over half of them. Free throw up and good for the senior guard, putting his side back on top. It's 30-29 Tabiona on the Station on Main scoreboard with 1:33 to go in the quarter. Second free throw, no good. Rebounded by Meerbrook. He flings it across to Huffner. Gets across half court and immediately passes to Scott on the near wing. Carrillo takes it past the top of the arc and hands it off to Greer, who one hand shovels it over to Scott. Scott, underhand pass, goes to Huffner on the near side, who dribbles towards the far wing, but picks it up and looks inside to Meerbrook, who has his shot denied beneath the basket. Gets out of play, and the Rebels will have an inbound pass with 1:09 remaining in the Epic Recreation third quarter. Rich trailing 30-29. Greer trying to find a friendly face to inbound it to. He goes to Meerbrook at the block. Nearly rolled in to take the lead, but it's rebounded by Tabiona. Tigers go in the opposite direction. Under a minute to play. Stewart stumbling around, picks up his dribble, whistle blows. And we have a foul here on Rich. It appears we do. So the Tigers will inbound it with 56 seconds. That last foul was on Connor Greer. That was his third. So Coach Cornea playing it safe, taking out his senior guard and bringing in Hayden Meek. Inbound pass for the Tigers. Gets in and goes to Curry. Now it's with Lazenby on the near wing. Lazenby takes a dribble and kicks it back out to Stewart, who gives it right back to Lazenby. 45 seconds. Inside pass, kicked out to Lazenby for three. That's offline. Offensive rebound, though? No. Goes to Meek. 35 seconds. Rebels pushing it up the court to Huffner. Huffner picks up his dribble, whistle blows, and too much momentum for Truman Huffner causes a travel. With 31 seconds to go, Rebels trying to hold on here, keep it at least at a 1-point game, as Tabiona may hold on for the last shot. They cross half court with under 25 seconds remaining. Stewart kicks the ball, gets out of play. Mishandled by Cade Stewart, and 18.7 seconds remaining. And now Rich with an opportunity to take the lead going into the fourth quarter, down by 1. Scott crosses half court, guarded closely by Stewart, picks up his dribble, passes to Huffner, 7 seconds. Huffner at the top of the arc, driving in, 5 seconds, pulls up from the free throw line. Shot off target, offensive rebound with 1 second, and a foul. Logan Meerbrook wrestled that ball to his arms, and what are they going to call here? Referees having a bit of a conference. I'm wondering if they want to put more time on the clock. Definitely not a shooting foul, so it's going to be an inbound play beneath the basket. And I think they're deliberating on who the foul was against. Foul is charged to Heston Thomas, a senior, his second, team's fourth. 1 second to go. At the buzzer, Huffner's shot just short. Rolled off the front iron, and the third quarter comes to a close. The Rebels have come back from down 9 to down 1, setting up for a spectacular fourth quarter. We'll see on the other side of the break. It's 30-29 Tigers over the Rebels.
Nothing makes your kid feel like a superstar more than seeing his or her very own Fathead in the stands. Fathead car decals and yard signs are inexpensive and easy to get at Rocky Mountain Sign in Evanston. Whether it's for the big game or to cheer on the high school band, our children make us proud in so many ways. Show your pride today. Go Rebels! West Star Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street, Evanston.
This presentation of Rich High School Athletics is also brought to you in part by Hoover Chiropractic. Dr. Todd Hoover does all of the chiropractic work you need, as well as blood work, dietary supplements, a weight loss program, x-rays, and can help you get rid of migraines and allergies. Call Hoover Chiropractic at 307-789-0043.
Welcome back to Tabiona High. The Rebels are trailing by 1 as we enter the fourth quarter. I want to thank V6 Media for giving me video content tonight. from Tabiona High. Big thank you to them and everyone else along the way who made tonight's broadcast possible. All right, here we go. It is the Tigers on offense. Stewart driving into the paint. Whistle blows, and a foul on Rich. 7:48 to go in the fourth quarter as we just got it started. Our fourth quarters always are brought to you by Bear Lake Memorial Hospital. Count on us to care. Free throw on the way, and no good. That was the 7th foul for Rich, so 1-1 from here on out until the double bonus. Rebel offense working it inside. Whistle blows, and a foul on the Tigers. The last foul, by the way, was on Logan Meerbrook. That was his 3rd. Now it's Ethan Park fouling for Tabiona, one of the 5 starters. That was his 4th, team's 5th. Rich with a Mound Valley Cattle Company inbound play. Goes to Scott for 3. Off the rim, rebound, who's got it? And it's Tabiona keeping it alive just barely as that ball nearly got out of play. Here come the Tigers driving in. Stewart putting up a shot and one. Wow, what an acrobatic shot by the senior. Draws some contact and knocks it down. 32-29 with the three-point play coming our way, potentially. 3-point lead for Tabiona on the station on main scoreboard with 7:26 to go in the fourth quarter. Tigers trying to complete a three-point play. Stewart unable to. We keep it at a one-possession game. Scott's pass across court was nearly taken away, but instead it just knocked out of bounds, and the Rebels will hold on to possession. Rich to inbound it beneath the Tabiona basket. They get it all the way up top to Scott, and now it's Huffner. Looking inside to Carrillo. The junior wasn't ready for it, appeared though, hopped off his fingertips, and Tigers come away with it. They push it down the court. They've got it along the baseline. They go up strong and off the glass and in. 34-29 Tigers, making their lead out to 5. Under 7 minutes to play in the game. Rebels kicking it out to Scott, and now Huffner at the top of the arc, and Coach Cornea calls time. Rebels down 5. After going 5 for 5 from the field in the third quarter, they're a little cold to open up the fourth. We'll step aside, and when we return, we've got 6 minutes and 52 seconds to go in the Bear Lake Memorial Hospital fourth quarter.
Some decisions in life have a critical and lasting impact. For example, choices concerning your health care. You want a hospital that consistently offers high-quality care and service. For Bear Lake area residents and visitors, Bear Lake Memorial Hospital has been providing optimum health care to our community for more than 70 years. And Bear Lake Memorial has been recognized again this year as a top 20 hospital in best practices for quality. Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier, Idaho. Count on us to care.
Welcome back to Tabiona High, and the Tigers have gotten off to a strong start in the fourth quarter. After leading by 1 going into it, they've extended their lead out to 5. 34-29 home team. 6:45 and counting to go in the Bear Lake Memorial Hospital fourth quarter. Rich working on offense. Huffner driving into the paint, kicking out to Scott at the block, and offensive foul. Well, that's Riley Taylor, check that. And I believe that's Taylor's 4th foul. Indeed it is, so 9th team foul for Rich. Offensive foul though, so no 1-and-1 shooting. And Taylor will just have to play cautiously for the next 6.5 minutes. Tigers attack the baseline. Lazenby pulls up and buries the shot. 36-29. Tabiona opening up this third quarter with 3 straight field goals. Rich on offense, feeding it down low. Taylor's shot rolls off the rim and rebounded by the home team. Here comes Tabiona. They work it with Chance Lazenby. He passes it outside to Stewart. Back to Lazenby, and Coach Gines calls time. 6:03 remaining in the fourth quarter. Rebels down 36-29 on the road on the station on main scoreboard.
Signage is a critical part of your business. It helps customers find your front door. Rocky Mountain Sign will provide you with expertly designed signs, LEDs, channel letters, as well as skillfully cut signage using wood, metal, plastic, and other mediums to help your customers find you with high-quality signage. Using the best technology, designs, and installation by Rocky Mountain Sign. Your signage says a lot about your business. Work with the professionals at Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street in Evanston, Wyoming.
Welcome back to Tabiona, Utah, where the Rebels are in a bit of a dogfight right now. They are down by 7 with just a hair over 6 minutes to go in our Bear Lake Memorial Hospital fourth quarter. It's both the boys and girls teams traveling from Rich County southeast to Tabiona in Duchesne County, and the girls eked out a 3-point victory, holding on at the end to make it 2 in a row this weekend, trying to get back in that winner's circle a little more. They are now 4-6 on the season. Lots of basketball left for that girls team to catch fire at the right time too. If you're going to lose in December and January. You don't want to lose in February or March. All right, here we go. Resumption of the game is back on. Tigers working on offense. Under 6 minutes to play. Lazenby driving in, whistle blows, and he draws a foul. Contact there. Connor Greer, the nearest defender, and I have a feeling he'll be the guilty party. And unfortunately he is, and that's also his 4th foul. So free throws coming up, and that's the 10th foul for the Rebels. 2 free throws now as they are in the double bonus, but Lazenby misses the first. So 2 starters for Rich playing with 4 fouls, Connor Greer and Riley Taylor. Lazenby's second free throw on the way, and that's no good. So the Rebels catch a break and keep it at a 6-point game. 5:45 to go in the fourth quarter. Scott with it on the near wing. Feeding it down low at the block to Taylor. Gives it right back to Scott. For 3, splash! John Scott buries another triple the second half. Cutting into the deficit. It's 36-32. 4-point game on the Station on Main scoreboard. 5.5 to go. That's the first points for the Rebels in the fourth quarter. Took them about 2.5 minutes. Here are the Tigers. They're driving in, losing the ball. Stewart recovers, puts a shot up. Offensive rebound by Wagner. His shot's no good. And 5 minutes to go, and here come the Rebels moving the ball down the court on offense. Huffner ditching it out to Scott on the near wing. Under 5 minutes to play. Rebels down 4. Meerbrook passing it inside to Taylor. Whistle blows and a defensive foul. And that is foul number 6. So next foul will have the Rebels shooting free throws. That last foul for Tabiona was on Mitchell Wagner. His first. One of the 5 starters as well. Inbound play gets moved up top to Huffner. Huffner passing on the near wing to Greer. He goes down low to Taylor. He coughed it up, and here comes Tabiona. They were on a bit of a breakaway, it appeared, but the Rebels fouled. Trying to slow them down. The referees picked it up, though. And 2 free throws coming up. That last foul was on Truman Huffner. Just his second, fortunately. But 2 free throws now for Lazenby, Chance Lazenby, who just missed his last 2 at the charity stripe. And he makes it 3, misses in a row. So poor free throw shooting at the Bear Lake Realty free throw line helps out the Rebels, keeps them in this one. 4:43 to go in the fourth quarter, though. Plenty of time. Lazenby's second free throw up, and that one's good. 5-point game. 37-32. Tigers on the Station on Main scoreboard. Rebel offense working it inside to Meerbrook, and he's called with a travel. Went to the floor. No foul, so that means a travel. About 4.5 remaining in the Bear Lake Memorial Hospital fourth quarter. Rebels trailing by 5. Tigers getting it across half court, but losing it and now regaining it. That was Lazenby who coughed it up for a second after some pressure from Huffner. Tabiona drives in, layup no good. Defensive rebound for Rich. Here comes the Rebels the other way, and Scott with a beautiful layup with pressure all around him. makes it a 3-point game. 37-34 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Another timeout is called. We'll take a quick break with 4:11 to go in the game. Rebels down 3.
In the state where life is elevated, live your life in a higher gear. Cash Honda Yamaha can help you enjoy our beautiful local terrain, whether it's in the valleys, mountains, snow, or water. So get out and enjoy all nature has to offer at a higher speed. Visit Cash Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley to start living your life at your new speed. Visit us in Hyde Park, just north of Logan, Utah.
.411 remaining in the game. John Scott just knocked down a layup. That's his 5th point of the 4th quarter. And for the Rebels, he's got all 5 points in this 4th quarter. Down by 3. Tigers working on offense, getting it over to Curry. Curry dribbles across half court. 4 minutes to play. Here come the Tigers working on offense. They have it beyond the 3-point line right now. Curry drives in, kicks it out to Stewart. Stewart hands it off to Lazenby. Bit of a 3-man game. 3:45 to go. Stewart at the block, passes out to Wagner. He moves to the top of the arc with Lazenby. And that's where John Scott fouls. Scott going in for that loose ball potentially, but gets a piece of the body instead. So 2 free throws coming up. And Lazenby, who is 1 for 4 this quarter. Team is 6 of 13 from the free throw line. But he knocks that one down, pushing the lead back to 4. 38-34. Rebels trailing on the Station on Main scoreboard. Second free throw up and off the front iron. 1 for 2 from the free throw line. 4-point game. 3.5 to go. Scott passing it to Huffner at the top of the arc, who gets it right back to him on the near wing. And 2 of them playing it around, and now it's with Greer on the far wing. And it goes to Taylor at the top of the arc, who passes to Scott on the near wing. In the corner, Huffner taking the pass. 3:15 and counting. Huffner picking up his dribble at the top of the arc, passing to Scott on the near side. Scott going to the block with Meerbrook. Shot off the glass, rolls off it. Offensive rebound by Greer. Third chance, that one falls. Connor Greer putting in some hustle and making it a 2-point game. 36-38, Rebels trailing. Under 3 minutes to play in the Bear Lake Memorial Hospital 4th quarter. Curry for 3 on the other end. That's no good. Rebounded by Taylor. And now Rich with a chance to tie or take the lead. Scott dribbling near the half-court line. Picking up a screen, moving in. Now picking up his dribble and goes to Taylor, who goes inside to Meerbrook. Shot, foul. Basket no good, but 2 free throws coming up for the senior. And Logan Meerbrook, who has been quiet this second half. He had 5 points at the end of the first half. Has a chance to equalize the score here with 2 free throws. First free throw on the way and well short by Meerbrook, so at best it'll be a 1-point game. During that first free throw, Coach Corney brought all 4 other players in on a huddle to talk things over, like a free timeout, and second free throw just barely rimmed, toilet bowled out. 2:20 to go in the 4th quarter. Rebels down 2, and another timeout is called. 2 sides not going home with any of those timeouts, so we're going to keep it right here, though. 2 minutes and 20 seconds to go in the 4th quarter. The Rebels are down 38-36 on the road in Tabiona. Rich has had such great success against the Tigers as of recently. They've won 17 of their last 20 against their rivals. Rebels currently on the season 6-4 and looking to add another win and keep their hot play start in the new year, as they are 3-1 in 2021. Meanwhile, the Tigers 4-7. But talk about Tabiona, that 4-7 record, I don't think accurately reflects what they've done. speaking with Coach Gines, he said that he hasn't had a single practice with his entire team present due to quarantine and COVID issues. It's really hit them hard, he said. But they're 3-2 in their last 5. And you look at those last 5 games, they have outscored their opponents by a combined 57 points in that stretch. Their 2 losses, one was by a single point and the other was by 2 points. So they are doing very well in their last 5, and we're seeing it right now as their defense is really crippling that Rebel offense. 2:20 to go. Tabiona inbounds it on the offensive half of the court. It goes to Stewart, who dribbles in circles for a moment and now passes to Lazenby. Lazenby dribbling in, putting a shot up and no good. Rebounded, and the Rebels push it up the court to Scott. Scott attacking the baseline, pulls up. We are tied! John Scott nails a baseline jump shot, and 38 all on the Station on Main scoreboard. And Scott continues his hot play in the fourth quarter. Under 2 minutes to go. Curry attacks the hoop. His shot's no good. Defensive rebound by Greer for Rich. And the Rebels taking some time, and now Coach Cornea calls timeout. With 1:41 to go in the fourth quarter. 38-38 on the Station on Main scoreboard, thanks to a handful of points in the fourth quarter from senior John Scott.
If the idea of owning your own home in beautiful Bear Lake sounds like more than your finances can handle, visit the experts at Bear Lake Realty to learn how you can make it happen. Gary and Amber McKee at Bear Lake Realty can show you how to buy a home and rent it out, so it pays for itself while you enjoy it some of the time as well. And soon, you'll have your own place in the Caribbean of the Rockies. No one knows the market better, and no one else serves you better than Bear Lake Realty.
Tie ball game with 1:41 to go in the Bear Lake Memorial Hospital fourth quarter. I'm Matthew Peterson, happy to have you alongside me for another edition of Rebel Basketball. Another extended thank you to V6 Media for the video content tonight, for all of you guys watching back at mylocalradio.com. If you're listening on 98.3 FM, just disregard what I said. So, it's a tied game. John Scott had 2 points at halftime. In the second half, he had 3 in the third quarter, and in this fourth quarter alone, he's had 7 points. 10 points in the second half. He is leading the way in this low-scoring affair. Rebels inbounded on offense, trying to take the lead for the first time all night. And a foul is called. Was that ball poked out of play, or is it a foul? And it looks like it was just knocked out of play by Tabiona. So Rich to inbound it in front of their own bench. Big Mountain Valley Cattle Company inbound play goes to Greer. He throws it inside to Meerbrook, who draws some contact and a foul. And Logan Meerbrook, who just went 0 for 2 at his last time at the Bear Lake Realty free throw line, has a chance to redeem himself with 2 free throws here. With $1:32 to go in the fourth quarter. Meerbrook sets himself up at the free throw line. 2 big free throws coming up here. 1:32 remaining. And the Rebels taking their time here with some substitutions being made. Tabiona bringing on Heston Thomas. Adds some presence down at the glass with his height. Meerbrook gets the ball from the official, and first free throw on the way, rolls in and out. It was a 1-and-1, so it'll be that. And now here comes Tabiona. Under a minute and a half. Tied at 38. Stewart handing it off. Some weaving going on beyond the perimeter. It goes to Curry. 1:15 to go in the game. Carter Curry gives it over to Stewart near the center court logo. Stewart dribbling near half court, guarded by Greer. Now he gives it right back to Curry. And Curry dribbles it over to Lazenby. Under a minute, Lazenby drives in, picks up his dribble at the elbow, passes it back out. Here is Curry. Well, that's Stewart, I beg your pardon. Now it's with Curry. 45 seconds to go. Well beyond the three-point line. And the Tigers appear to be holding on for the last shot, trying to run as much clock off as possible. It's with Kate Stewart right now, and it goes over to Lazenby on the far side. 3-man game. Lazenby attacking inside the perimeter, then passing it outside, nearly taken away, tipped up in the air, but the Tigers come up with it. 23 seconds to go. Curry has it near the center court logo, and Coach Gines calls time. 19.9 seconds to go, and Tabiona did what they wanted to do. They ran about 50 seconds of clock off to call a timeout, and with 19.9 seconds to go, they'll try to hold on for the last shot as we are tied at 38. So, who do you want taking the last shot? Well, you've got senior Cade Stewart averaging well over 20 points per game. He's been on fire tonight, so you got to assume that's where the Rebels are going to go to. If you're rich, may not be a bad idea to foul. Now, the issue is it is a double bonus, so the Tigers will get 2 free throws. However, they have not been good beyond the arc. They were 7 for 15, something in that neighborhood not long ago. So we're talking a little north or south, give or take, from 50%. And the Tigers just played a 3-man game for the last 50 seconds. It was only Cade Stewart, Chance Lazenby, and Carter Curry who touched the ball. Their big men stayed down low and out of sight, out of mind, it appeared. Lazenby has struggled so far at the free throw line in this fourth quarter especially. It may not be a bad idea to target if that ball falls in his hands. Coach Cornea, it just depends. Do you want to trust your defense to force overtime, or do you want to give your offense a chance and foul early and let your team have the last say? Let's see what Coach Cornea dials up here on defense. 19.9 seconds to go. 38-38. It's Mitchell Wagner to inbound it. He inbounds it to the Rebel half of the court. Here's Curry with it on the near wing. 10 seconds. Now it passes it back up top to Stewart. 7 seconds. Stewart driving in at the elbow. 3 seconds. Stewart goes up. 2 seconds. It's short. And the Rebels are going to hold on to go to overtime. No, is there a foul? Oh, I think there might have been a foul called. Or did Rich call a timeout? There's some confusion. And I think the Rebels, so let me rewind a little bit. Cade Stewart's shot was an air ball, short. Rebels got it, and with maybe a second and a half, trying to dribble 0.2 seconds what they put on the clock here. I think the Rebels are going to argue that there should be more time added to it. Let's see what they put on. It couldn't have been no more than 2 seconds, I'd say. Maybe between 1.5 and 2.5 seconds. It appears they're only putting 0.2 seconds on the clock, which is mathematically not enough time to get a shot off. The rule of thumb usually is you need 0.3 of a second to get a catch and release off. 0.2 is enough to maybe tip it in with a perfect quarterback heave. The Rebels are going to inbound it on their half the court. So, no, now they're putting 2 seconds on. Okay. So 2 seconds is an eternity to work with. Now, they've got to go the length of the court. So if you pass it beneath the half-court line, you're going to get a dribble and then a half-court shot off. If you're able to throw the ball down the court near the opposing three-point line, that's a different story. That's enough time to get a dribble or two and then a quick shot off. So it all comes down to where this inbound pass will go. It's 38 all, and it'll be the biggest Mound Valley Cattle Company inbound pass of the season so far. It's Huffner to inbound it. Full court press. He throws it. Half court line to Meerbrook. He throws it across. Shots off. And the camera doesn't move, but no one's celebrating. So it looks like the Rebels and the Tigers are going to overtime. Indeed, we are. Free basketball coming up from Tabiona, Utah, as we head into the 5th quarter of play. 4 minutes put on the clock, and we'll be right back. 38 all after 4 quarters of basketball from Tabiona, Utah.
As one of the region's most visited websites, MyLocalRadio.com is here to serve you. Catch up on local and regional news and information. Buy, sell, or trade your good used items on the radio classifieds. Check the weather forecast or catch our live coverage of your high school teams in action, all on MyLocalRadio.com. Like us on Facebook so you never miss a giveaway, and visit MyLocalRadio.com today to stream it all live.
We've got overtime coming up here in Tabiona High as the Rebels, who trailed by 9. Let's go back to the start of the second half. It was 24-15 at halftime. Since then, Tabiona has put up 14 points, and the Rebels offensively have figured out how to get into a groove as they went into the second half with only 15, and in the second half, they put up 23. And that 8-point margin, enough to cut into this lead and force overtime. 38-38 as overtime begins. Tigers immediately win the overtime, go down the court, and one. Shot off the glass and good from Chance Lazenby, the freshman. So a strong start for the Tigers in OT as the Rebels have yet to lead in this game. They have been trailing the entire time or tied. 40-38 and a 3-point play potentially coming up here for the Tigers on the Station on Main scoreboard. And that last foul was committed by Riley Taylor, foul number 5. So Riley Carrillo, the junior, checks in to pick up that big man presence. It only took 5 seconds into overtime for the Tigers to score. 3-point play no good as the free throw is missed. 2-point advantage, but the pass is taken away by Curry. Rebels turn it over. Here come the Tigers on offense. Slowing things down with Carter Curry. Passes to Lazenby, who puts up a 3 with plenty of space. That rolls in and out, rebounded by Rich. Scott comes up with it. He dribbles across midcourt. 3.5 to go in the game. It's with Connor Greer at the top of the arc. He moves to the far corner with Huffner. Huffner in the corner, back to Greer. Goes inside to Meerbrook at the block, dishes out to Carrillo for 3. Splash, and the lead. 41-40, thanks to Riley Carrillo off the bench. And the Rebels lead by 1 on the other end. It is the Tigers trying to retake the lead. For the first time, they trail all night. 3 minutes to go in overtime. It's with Cade Stewart. And the ball goes off a foot, out of play. Rebel basketball. 2:57 to go. And Riley Carrillo with the biggest shot of the night so far for the Rebels coming off the bench. After Riley Taylor fouled out, Carrillo doesn't skip a beat for this Rebel offense. Scott's inbound pass is nearly taken away, but it falls to a friendly hand, and a foul is drawn by Logan Meerbrook. So Meerbrook, who's playing with a couple of fouls to his name himself, takes a trip to the Bear Lake Realty free throw line. And now it's Meerbrook putting up a free throw that goes in and out. So the Rebels, who started off so strong from the free throw line, they find themselves struggling now with free points being given back or given away or not being taken at all, however you want to call it. Meerbrook knocks down the second free throw, though. 42-40. Rebels lead by 2. Four points in overtime so far for Rich compared to 2 for the Tigers. Puts the Rebels up by 2. 2:45 and counting. Stewart passing it on the near side and then getting right back to him. Goes to the far corner with Lazenby. He chucks it across over to Curry. Carter Curry in the corner, dribbling for a moment and now going to the block where Thomas was waiting for at the free throw line. Tigers going inside the paint, then back outside. It's Lazenby attacking from the baseline. Tough pass. Whistle blows with 2:23 to go in the overtime period. Ball was tapped out of bounds, last touch by a Rebel, so it will stay with the home team, who's on offense. Rebels trying to hold on and complete a 9-point comeback on the road. Inbound pass is moved up top to Stewart. Stewart takes a pass from Lazenby, who pump faked a three for a moment, gives it back to Lazenby. Pump fakes again, this time drives in towards the block, tries to go up, foul is called. Free throws coming up for Chance Lazenby with 2:08 to go in overtime, and a chance for Chance to tie the game. After Riley Carrillo splashed in a three-point shot and Logan Meerbrook added a free throw, the Rebels built up a 2-point lead. Lazenby's first free throw on the way, goes in and out. Hit the rim a couple times, the backboard too, but falls outside the circle. So, at worst, the Rebels' lead will be trimmed to 1. Second free throw now for Lazenby, delivered. That one falls. 42-41 Rebels on the Station on Main scoreboard. Just over 2 minutes to play. Huffner, man in the point guard spot, passing to Greer on the near wing. Greer going back to Huffner in the corner, who passed inside to Carrillo at the block. Jump ball is called. And the Tiger got his paws in there trying to pry the ball loose. .154 to go. Greer inbounds it to Scott. He gives it over to Huffner on the near wing. Minute 50. Huffner dribbling beyond the three-point line. Now passing it over to Scott on the far wing. Scott moving to Meerbrook at the top of the three. For three, that's no good. Rolled in and out. Rebounded by the Tigers. Here they go. Just over 90 seconds. They leave it for a trailing Stewart. Stewart goes reverse court to Lazenby. Pump fake to three. Passes to Curry at the top of the arc. Gives it back to Lazenby on the near wing. Lazenby drives in. Kicks it out to Stewart for three. Off the rim. Rebound. Rebels got it. And a foul on Tabiona and the rebound attempt. So free throw shooting coming up for Rich. 2 free throws. And that was foul number 10. So we are in the double bonus now for the Rebels. That last foul was on Heston Thomas, his 4th. He came in off the bench today, but he's had some good numbers when it comes to rebound. Greer's first free throw up and good. Pushes the lead back to 2. 43-41 Rebels with 1:18 to go in the fourth quarter, in the overtime period. Second free throw buried. 44-41. Pair of free throw made shots by Connor Greer. And the Rebels lead by 3. Tabiona, over a minute to go in the game. Moves it over to Lazenby for a corner 3, online and good. We're all tied, 44-44. 57 seconds and counting to go. Rebels trying to retake the lead. After a chance, Lazenby 3 tied it up. 40 seconds and counting, 45 seconds and counting. Greer uses a string and goes inside. Now kicks it back outside. It's with Huffner on the near wing. Back inside to Meerbrook at the block. Puts up a shot, buried it. Great finesse from Logan Meerbrook to give his side the lead once again, 46-44. 23 seconds. Stewart passes it in the corner. Back to Lazenby, who drives in. Kicks it out to Thomas, passes it over, and Lazenby, another corner 3. That's off the rim, rebounded by Scott. 12 seconds, and Scott draws a foul with 11.2 seconds. John Scott has a chance to put this game away just about. With his side up by 2, he'll have 2 free throws now. The senior, and John Scott, if you remember back in that fourth quarter, had 7 points. Couple 3-point shots made, and Coach Cornea calls timeout as the Rebel bench erupts. Rich leading by 2 with 11.2 seconds to go in the first overtime. We'll step aside for a quick break.
The best place to stay when you're in Casper, Wyoming is the Come On In Hotel and Suites. This beautiful log hotel offers 5 hot tubs, 1 pool, a fitness center, and fabulous indoor atrium. Offering jacuzzi and fireplace suites, the guest rooms are comfortable and relaxing. Plus, every stay includes a delicious extended continental breakfast. Whenever you're in Casper, stay at the best place. Come on in, Hotel and Suites. Come on in today. Come on in, Hotel and Suites, Casper.
Welcome back to Tabiona High, where the Rebels are trying to ice this one in overtime, leading by 2, 46-44, with 11.2 seconds to go. It's John Scott at the free throw line. Scott this game has 12 points. And what it would mean to go home with 14. That would just about do it, you would imagine. With the 4-point lead, but 11.2 seconds, anything can happen. I think I'm getting ahead of myself a little bit. That's a lot of time, and this is basketball we are talking about. So Scott at the free throw line. Takes a couple dribbles. Puts it up. Good. Perfect. Never a doubt. 47-44, 3-point game. So the Rebels, at worst, will go to second overtime if this one misses. Second free throw up and good. Rattles home. 48-44 Rebels. And another timeout is called. Don't worry, we're not going anywhere. Rebels leading by 4 with 11.2 seconds to go. So let's talk about Tabiona's offense now. What do they have to do? They've got to go down there. It doesn't matter if you get a 3 or 2. Obviously, a 3-point shot's going to help, but you've got to get whatever the quickest look you can get is. If that happens to be a 3-point shot, you take it. But it doesn't have to be a 3, meaning don't force a 3. Whatever the quickest and clean look you can get, take it. And at that point, you hope you can win the foul game on the other end with some missed free throw shooting. And as for the Rebels, you know they're going to foul if they miss the shot here. So try to get that ball into Connor Greer, John Scott's hands, the perennial free throw shooters for the Rebels. A lot of points here so far in the second half for Rich. Of course, playing 4 extra minutes help out, but they were held to 15 at the half. Different story in the second half. Scoring 23. And the Rebels will not. Are they going to put on a full court press? No, so they're going to sit back actually. And this is an interesting move by Coach Cornea. He wants this defense nice and settled in, not playing catch up. Tabiona rolls down to the court to preserve time. 9 seconds. They get it up to Stewart. He passes off. 7 seconds. Stewart, a shot from 3. No good. Rebounded Greer. 2 seconds. And that will do it. And the Rebels come from behind on the road. Taking down the Tabiona Tigers. 48-44. What a comeback victory. We've got post-game coverage coming up. You're going to want to listen to this one, as the Rebels erased a 9-point deficit at the half to win by 4 in overtime in Tabiona, 48-44.
Nothing makes your kid feel like a superstar more than seeing his or her very own Fathead in the stands. Fathead car decals and yard signs are inexpensive and easy to get at Rocky Mountain Sign in Evanston. Whether it's for the big game or to cheer on the high school band, our children make us proud in so many ways. Show your pride today. Go Rebels! West Star Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street, Evanston.
It's human nature to think the grass is always greener on the other side of the fence. That's not always true, especially when it comes to buying vehicles. This is Dennis Lynch, General Manager at Auto Farm Chevrolet. Dealerships pay the same price for new vehicles across America. The fact is, the best deals are right here, in your own backyard. The difference is that our employees are your neighbors, people you can trust. Please visit us first, Auto Farm Chevrolet. We are your community-driven dealer.
Welcome into our Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap, where we just watched or heard the Rebels complete a 9-point comeback to win by 4 in overtime on the road in Tabiona. So let's recap this one. The Rebels, like I mentioned, were trailing for most of this game. In the first quarter, the Tigers went into the second quarter leading by 3, 11-8. Riley Taylor had 4 points, which led all Rich scorers back in that first quarter. Then in the second quarter, it only got uglier for Rich. The Tigers really caught heat. It was Cade Stewart going off and building their lead up to 9, going into the half 24-15. In the second quarter, it was Logan Meerbrook chiming in for 5 points. That would be all the points he scored in regulation until 3 big points in overtime. But in the third quarter, the Rebels changed the script a little bit. They picked up some momentum and started picking up their offensive play, digging their way and crawling their way back into it. A lot of three-point shooting helped them do that. John Scott, Connor Greer had 3 straight three-point shots to come back and make it a 1-point game going into the final quarter, trailing 30-29. And in the fourth quarter, it was the Rebels who trailed all of the game, but at the very, very end, despite trailing by 4 with just over a minute to go, came back and tied it up at 38, largely due to John Scott and his 7.7 fourth quarter points. And in overtime, despite giving up a quick 3-point play potentially in the first 5 seconds, the Tabiona Tigers missed the free throw to only go up by 2, and that would spell doom just about, as the Rebels had a fire lit beneath them. And in overtime, Connor Greer, Riley Carrillo. Let's talk about Riley Carrillo and his 3-point shot to put the Rebels up top for the first time all evening. It took them into overtime for Rich to take a lead. And in overtime, the Rebels held on thanks to some sharp free throw shooting to win 48-44. And that is our Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap. Visit Jimmy John's at 113 Front Street, where fresh and fast, delicious meat every single time. I love Jimmy John's. I have to say it. Always a great BLT when I go there. Now time for our Dr. McKay Frankham Precision Play of the Game. You know who's getting it. It's Riley Carrillo with that huge 3-point shot in overtime to put his side up by 1, and the Rebels would hold on to win in the extra frame. And that right there is our Dr. McKay Frankham Precision Play of the Game. Precision Family Dental Care at reasonable rates. Call the dental office of Dr. McKay Frankham to schedule your appointment today. Call them at 307-789-8910. We'll step aside for a quick break, and when we return, we'll have the rest of our post-game coverage, including the Auto Farm Chevrolet shot and play of the game and the Garden City game adjustment. More post-game coverage coming your way. Rebels win on the road 48-44 over the Tigers.
2 roads diverged in a wood, and I had just purchased new tires at Plains Tire in Evanston. The trained tire technicians at Plains Tire expertly mounted, balanced, and aligned my new tires, so I was feeling good. While I was there, they changed my oil, checked my brakes, fixed my AC, and made sure my shocks were in tip-top shape. And with their lifetime alignment checks and tire rotations, I was ready to roll. So, thanks to Plains Tire, when 2 roads diverged in a wood, I took the one less traveled. Plains Tire, 157 Bear River Drive, Evanston. As one of the region's most visited websites, MyLocalRadio.com is here to serve you. Catch up on local and regional news and information. Buy, sell, or trade your good used items on the radio classifieds. Check the weather forecast or catch our live coverage of your high school teams in action, all on MyLocalRadio.com. Like us on Facebook so you never miss a giveaway, and visit MyLocalRadio.com today to stream it all live.
Rebels completed a 9-point comeback to win on the road against the Tabiona Tigers 48-44. Let's get to our Auto Farm Chevrolet, a community-driven dealership, shot and play of the game. Well, Riley Carrillo took home the Dr. McKay Frankham Precision Play of the Game with that 3-point shot. So how about our shot of the game? We're going to go to Logan Meerbrook in overtime. A huge Dirk Nowitzki knee up in the face of the defender, fadeaway shot, and just buried it. Beautiful shot, beautiful release, nothing but net. So that right there is our Auto Farm shot of the game. And now time for the play of the game. Play of the game defensively. How about that? I mean, the Rebels defense just tightened up in the second half and gave very little room to budge against Cade Stewart, especially in the end of fourth quarter. The Tigers held on for the last shot, did not get a good look, and that's our play of the game. Rebel defense closing the clamp down on the Tigers at the end of the fourth quarter. Now time for our Garden City, where families play, game adjustment, and it's got to be on the glass. Rich only had 11 rebounds in the first half. They doubled it in the second half, 22 rebounds. They out-rebounded Tabiona 33-30. And then at the free throw line as well, 5 for 6. But that change at the on the glass in the second half is our Garden City game adjustment. All right, folks, let's check out what we've got coming up on the calendar and see what's going on in the near future. So, what's going on here? We already had our games today, and as for tomorrow, Saturday, January 16th, both the boys and girls basketball teams head home to take on the Intermountain Christian School Lions. Girls will tip off first at 2 p.m., with the boys tipping off at 3:30 p.m. We should be able to have all the coverage right here at mylocalradio.com, or if you want to listen on 98.3 FM K80Q. Rich High Boys Wrestling is also in action tomorrow at Bountiful High, 1 p.m. start, and the middle school has an all-day affair in the Cowboy State. Rich Middle School boys basketball will come to Evanston, playing at Davis Middle School and other places here in Evanston. Early morning departure from Rich County and pretty much an all-day affair in Evanston. So that's what we got coming up on the calendar. Well, folks, I want to extend some major thank yous to my producer, Michael Wilkerson, for all of her help, for V6 Media for giving me video coverage, for Gary McKee for all of his help on the ground there in Tabiona, and for Rob Laveson providing me with stats throughout the game. I'm Matthew Peterson, signing off. The boys and girls go 2-0 against their rivals, the Tabiona Tigers.
You've been tuned into Rich High School Rebel Basketball on Rebel Radio, KADQ-FM 98.3, with video online at mylocalradio.com. Today's match has been brought to you by these Rebel supporting businesses: Evanston Regional Hospital, Hoover Chiropractic, Cash Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley, The Come On Inn in Casper, Plains Tire, The Best Western Dunmar Inn and Legal Tender, Freeway Tire, Auto Farm Chevrolet, West Star Printing, and Rocky Mountain Sign. The proceeding has been a wholly owned production of Old West Media, no portion of which may be used or rebroadcast without the express written consent of the aforementioned rights holder.